Rhythm is passed down from generation.
Rhythm is passed down.
From minority to minority. let's talk about it.
Rhythm's my favorite.
So from the
brown.
Seasoning is the best.
The hair texture. Brown eyes are my favorite.
We can only get the waves.
We'll never get past.
Offspring.
Welcome back to another episode of The Jam. It's JJ, AB, Allen, and Matt, the way it always is. How are we doing this week?
It always is.
How am I doing, bro? Terrible. You wanna know why? Let me tell you why, bro. I'm gonna give y'all a little quick story.
Wait, before you, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Before you get into the story, let me go through like some of the pre-show stuff.
Yeah.
So, welcome back, episode 27. He about to get to play with me in 1 second. Thank you guys for stopping in with us each week. We got a jam-packed episode yet again. This week we're gonna be talking about many things, including Lil Nas X and banter coming up. We're gonna talk about Snoop Dogg. That's just the little stuff beginning. The big stuff in our bag works is really what you gotta stay for. We're gonna talk about fashion. We're gonna talk about Katseye and that Gap ad. We're gonna talk about Raja is his name? Jackson? Rampage Jackson's son.
Yeah.
That entire situation has been blowing up all over social media. We're going to talk about the happenings with Shilo and Shedeur Sanders. And then finally, we're going to talk about the doomsday coming for your favorite podcast when this National Guard touches
We are
down
getting
in
raided.
Chicago.
We're done, sir. This is the last episode.
Get swatted mid-podcast episode.
Magic.
But this is going to be a very special episode. It's very important, the things we're going to talk about. And I think all of us are very excited to dive into it. So before we do any of that, there's something that they need to do each week. And they consistently fail to.
This is the 27th episode, and you still have to remind them, bro. What do they got to do?
Allen, bro, what do they have to do?
What's episode we on?
27.
27 weeks. 27 hard labor fucking weeks. Y'all need to share this video.
Share the video.
Share it. I'm not finna keep asking y'all, bro.
You need to share it.
We finna give y'all a banger episode. Y'all can get some popcorn, whatever. Why aren't y'all sharing
Of
this?
course.
I'm not
like,
understanding.
comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Matt.
Follow us on all of our socials first before we.
Socials.
JWMJ, JWMJ8.
What you on, Matt?
SohoStudios.com.
AB the artist.
And of course, and then what platforms can they find the Jam?
Matt, what?
Spotify, Prime, Heart, Acast, TikTok, Instagram, Prime. Definitely already said Prime.
So we're
YouTube.
Yep.
Audible.
I think Audible.
We do not have
No,
Audible.
we
I don't know. We're everywhere. though.
Everywhere. Click the
Everywhere
link.
you find podcasts, click the link.
Click the link tree. You'll
know.
find us everywhere. But none of that is as important as the fact that we are here this week again. And in the last week, we've experienced some nut shit. So you can before we tell you about the nut
He's
shit.
bugging out.
We have to do a fit check, don't we?
No matter how hard you
We'll come back to me. Alan, go. You'll start off the fit check.
for the fit check, bro. I got calm shit. Tim's on the. we got the little rhinestone jeans. We got the
sir.
bad boy jersey.
That's hard.
Little rose.
Yo.
W.
Bro, you know what I mean?
Vivian Westwood.
We
on
doing
that.
couch first? Couch first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
You know,
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
We'll
I
come
got
back
the-
to me last.
I got the Louis on, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
How progressive.
And got the Hudson jeans.
Every time he wears the
I know every time I wear the Louis.
How progressive.
got the Hudson jeans, you know what
Tough.
I mean?
Them my
That
favorite.
motherfucker
Got
iron
the
to a
cream
T.
top. You know what did he say?
Them shits iron to a T.
Yeah, they crisp. They crisp.
They crisp.
I got the Supreme top, you know what I mean? Got the
What's on the red?
Oh, what's on the red?
Oh my God.
Five.
It's a stack of doom.
Oh yeah, stack of doom, and then I don't think I got no chains on. Yeah, I ain't got no chains on. Chilling. Hey, what you got?
How you feeling?
Your boy got the blue watch on the red. You
Yes,
feel
sir.
me?
Yeah.
Got
Blue
some
face?
Elwood.
Those pants are crazy.
I peeped them out.
Elwood
Right.
on
People outside.
the Olympian sixes.
See, this is how you make blue and red work.
It is.
On the-
Some of you niggas be lost in the
Got
sauce.
the
This is
House
tough.
of Air T on the. You know what I'm saying? With the Satchel.
With the satchel.
As always.
You know what I mean?
Satchel of doom.
Lickle tutu turtleneck.
With the chain.
Turtleneck on the short sleeve tee.
Yeah.
No, that is crazy.
Hold on.
Turtleneck
This
on
shit
the
is
short
actually
sleeve tee. No, the fit is crazy.
Yeah.
I saw the fit when we was walking. I was like, no, this fit is crazy. JJ, what you got? Oh,
And
yeah.
last,
BP, my
because I
boy.
forgot the shit. But written, we got some velvet stepples.
Ooh,
And then we got the default dress pants.
You know what I mean?
But that not really
Nice.
as important as the politician tie. We gonna be covering some serious matters today. They got the chain, you know what I'm saying? You got the Kenzo pair.
Yeah, nah,
You know what I'm saying?
in my
Yes, a
knee.
little
Ooh, with the
tutu
shit.
Little wrist action.
So I wish, part of me wishes that I had like a really cool watch on right now to go with this fit. Unfortunately, I don't got bread like that, but someone who does is Freddie Gibbs, who we met the other day.
Bro, I'm in the crib snoozing. I wasn't even at the crib at that time. I was driving. Yeah, I was on my way back to the crib. This Matt texted me the text of doom, purgatory. What happened, bro?
Bro, I like. All right, let me take you through.
Lay out the scene.
Let's lay out the
scene.
scenery, right?
Boom,
right? Me and my boy JJ, you had me. We just walking in,
Just
just
walking.
doing what we do,
Chilling on our day,
Casual
you know.
day in
strolling,
Chicago.
loitering, you know what I mean?
Being ne'er-do-wells up to nowhere.
Just cooling. We walking, and like I was gone, so I'm not even like here right now. It's too many people. I be anxious. I'm just chilling. I'm walking, right? I'm trying to navigate the crowd. I look over the horizon. I see a tall, bald man. Bro. I'm like, I said, JJ, is that Freddie Gibbs?
Nick, bro. When I tell you this whole situation spawned out of nothing, we walk down like the sidewalk in Chicago, just randomly random places all the time.
All the
usually.
time.
So just we're on our evening stroll. And there's like a part, I think it was like Friday night or something, or like Friday evening. All I know is that there were way too many people outside.
way
So it was
too
like-
many people.
It's like leading into the weekend in Chicago. And he sees Freddie Gibbs walking through the plaza. My head is down looking at my phone. I'm looking off the other direction. I hear, "Are you Freddie Gibbs?" I turn. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean
I was
Freddie Gibbs?
I was like, JJ, is that Freddie Gibbs? Bro, I didn't even see JJ. I immediately
He makes me
beeline.
Freddie Gibbs, how you doing? So we dap him
Beeline.
up. We get to chopping it up with him, talking about like the podcast or like we do this because it was so weird. Everything has changed in the last like few weeks. So everything that felt like it would have been a fan interaction 1 second ago kind of turned into like a networking opportunity.
Yeah,
now.
immediately.
So I'm seeing Freddie Gibbs. I'm like, I listen to this nigga religiously. What the fuck is going on? But I'm like, but me and this nigga are just like casually talking with him. He's a chill ass
Yeah,
dude.
he
He was
chill
just
as
like,
Bro, I'm
cool.
out.
Fire.
I get a call, bro. He's like, Matt's like, Alan.
We had to merge phone calls.
He was like, is
Crazy.
everything okay? He was like, we gotta tell you something. I'm like, yeah. And I knew it was crazy. He was like, I gotta merge the call. I'm like, when we start merging the call,
We have never
Gotta
merged.
merge the
he didn't even FaceTime me. So I'm like, oh, it's serious. I'm like, someone died or something. He's like, bro, we just met Freddie Gibbs. I'm like, I just miss meeting Freddie Gibbs.
Bro.
Yeah.
But like,
Alan
that was
has
so
an
crazy.
uncanny talent for missing when we meet just ridiculous people who just be outside.
Missed when
we
we met
just met-
Shay.
I miss Shay. I miss Freddie. Miss
You
the
just
dude.
miss
Adam Killer.
Yeah, Adam Killer or
Yeah.
a damn killer or whatever. I don't know
And
how
then
you
to
go
top
about
it off, just to reward me, you decide to scare the living shit out.
Oh yeah, tell them about the scare.
We wrapped up the night with
I'm not even gonna tell them the story. I'm gonna tell you the story. So I'm out just strolling, walking through our park. I'm just smoking, chilling. Got both my headphones and I'm on the phone. So like our neighborhood is safe. So I'm not really like looking around me,
Nobody else
right?
on
So
bullshit.
I'm looking down at my phone talking. I have my headphones in. I hear footsteps running towards me. I'm like, in my mind, I was like, oh, it's over. And then I look behind me, JJ. He's like, oh, I'm like, I literally screamed out loud.
Me and him, because he was coming back upstairs.
said,
So what
"This is
time
my
was
time."
it? It must be like 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was
like
2
3
It was
a.m.
like 2,
So
3 in the
he's
morning.
down in the park.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
no.
he's
He's down in the
bro.
park.
Dead
Matt,
wrong.
Matt tells me, he's like, yeah, he just walked out like to the spot. So I'm like, all right, cool. I go out and I see him walking down in the park. So I see him, and when I tell you, I thought he was full gonna look at me because when you're standing sideways in it, you can turn your head to the right and you can see like the main sidewalk still. So he's walking down, and I realize when I'm rounding the corner, finna start running, that he's like just It don't work. Both AirPods in can't hear, so I start ringing.
You're nuts.
He was
that is how
like
you
that.
catch a
He
vibe.
was like, I've never
The
genuinely
only
been that
thing-
scared in my life.
He said like he was dumb, bro. All I thought about was that dog meme when you look up.
Yeah,
I
couldn't
was
imagine
scared.
hearing footsteps coming up behind me at night. I would have assumed it was over.
He scared me so bad I was relieved when I realized it was him. Because I was like, oh, it's done. I'm about to get
It's
more
like you know you're
right
about to
here.
get hit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, it's over.
Yeah.
Walking
Look,
lit.
this is my
I
time.
felt so
This is my
bad after.
time.
He was like, bro, I'm shaking. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Over with.
But it was payback written.
It was
because
payback.
We
Yeah,
had
Alan
this.
scared people every single day. We all scared
That
like
is the
every
thing.
single day.
Alan the other like last week popped up on me and Matt in our kitchen out of the sheer darkness with like a face mask on.
Oh hell.
We were like, okay, I guess we're
Bro, it
When
was
I
the
tell
funniest shit.
If there was something near me that would have caused grave harm, it would have gotten
I told
thrown, so
Alan,
I understand
real
how you
spill,
feel.
real spill. If Alan would have came up, cause mask, bro, I can't do mask. Bro. If he had like the white, like it was like,
It's like
it looked
the
like a
when you-
KKK mask, but it was
It
like
was a white
cause it
face
was like the
mask.
white with the bro.
It's when you do like the spa mask.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the,
yeah.
Oh,
It was like
hell
freaky
no.
shit.
he was
If
blank
Alan-
faced when he posted.
If Alan would have walked behind me, I promise you, my foot would have been through this nigga's face. You would have never seen my shit get up so high, my nigga. Like, I
JJ
promise you,
screamed
my nigga.
so loud
No.
was the funniest
Yeah.
thing.
That shit
Terrifying.
But I think we are still addressing whether or not we're gonna call an end to this Cold War.
Fucking
Fuck it,
Frank War.
Get back.
man, because we got
Hold on.
more serious war
But
matters to
before
discuss
we
as well.
continue, though, I just want to give a huge shout out to the man, the
yes.
legend, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx has been showing so much love to the Jam. I really appreciate
I'm not
you.
gonna lie, it is kind of
Bro.
like it's part of the reason why everything is kind of like shifted on his head. Because I'm like, I remember yesterday we were literally like getting prepared for this episode.
Yeah.
And Jamie Foxx commented on your video,
Bro,
like
The only thing
immediately
we
as soon
even
as you
told
posted.
them like he followed the Jam, followed all of
Yeah,
them.
So
we
here,
didn't tell
here,
y'all.
I
Did
got
we
y'all a
not tell?
timeline. No. So I got you a timeline. So the other day, we're chilling. We're in my room. I'm not even gonna go like too in deep into the story because I know we gotta move. But we're in my room. We chilling. JJ screams out of nowhere, like screams to the top of his lungs. I'm like, what happened?
I screamed twice and I dropped the
twice, and then he drops the phone. He screamed twice, drops the phone. I'm like, what happened? I look at his phone. I was like, oh my God, it says Jamie Foxx started following him. I'm like, oh my God, Jamie Foxx. But like, you know, Nick Cannon follows JJ, you know what I'm saying? Multiple people follow JJ. So I'm like,
It's Jay Willie and
yeah, I'm like, that's Jay Williams.
right.
Hey, you add it to the list. I'm like, this is insane. Alan, we get on the phone with everybody. Alan's like, bro, that's crazy. Jamie Foxx followed. And I'm like, wait, how does Alan know? I was like, Alan's not here right now. I was like, how did he know Jamie Foxx followed? I look at my phone. It says Jamie Foxx started following you. Jamie Foxx started following every single one of us. He
individual.
liked,
Bro,
he
I'm in the car driving.
Bro.
I damn near crashed. My shit.
he followed all of us individually. He commented on the video and like even out like what he just did the other day, yesterday. Yesterday he commented on my personal video and was like, preach.
Fucking
And
dumb.
and the reason why
W.
that's so crazy
It's
is
an out-of-body
like,
experience.
bro,
Yeah.
what do you mean Jamie Foxx is following intently? Shout out to you, bro. We love you.
Bro,
Hey,
like
if you got the time, get on the Jam.
we
We
know
can
you're
talk.
a busy man. So like we understand.
Absolutely.
But like we would love to have you on
bro.
here.
It'd be fire.
That'd be fire.
Everything has been ridiculous, and I feel like it's become more and more like real that we're becoming like celebrities. I guess how people consider it nowadays. But in other less good celebrity news, Lil Nas X has been in the news recently.
Yeah.
Because of reports that he was walking down the sidewalk like the other day, basically no clothes on, or whatever. His lawyers said that he wasn't on drugs, but we don't know if he was yet. But I know that they arrested him. The police claim that he like assaulted some officers, and now they're trying to throw like 4 felonies at him right now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw it, I thought it was a publicity stunt at
Yeah.
first.
That's what I thought
But
too.
then he was like, no, bro. He was like, he got checked into the hospital. I'm like, this is serious. Because on my timeline, it went like slow. Like it started off seeing him like freaking out in the street. And then like a couple days later, I saw he got butt ass naked. I was like, oh, this is that serious.
I like
Yeah.
For me, it was like, I think the immediate thought wasn't publicity stunt, just because I know he has such a history of like the mental, like mental health challenges. So it's like when I saw it, bro, I just felt bad for him. I was like,
I think that's one.
Felt bad.
I think one of the things I was gonna say is that like the conversation that I've seen has disappointed me so much because whenever Lil Nas X is in the news, you have your set of people who are immediately like the homophobia thing. So it's like regardless of what it says or whatever, cool. And then you have another group of people who are like
the religion thing.
Yeah, who are like going after him from the religious aspect, and there are a bunch of people saying like, well, you deserve X, Y, Z, and like all type of shit. Usually whenever he's in the news, he gets treated like super uncharitably, regardless of like what you think honestly about the fact that he could have been overdosing or like shit like that. I think the conversation disappoints me so much because I'm like, so many things get left out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, assuming whether or not it was an overdose or just a mental health crisis, I don't know what the productive part about like dragging him is.
Right.
There isn't a
That is,
Like,
is
don't gain
evidently
shit
a
from that.
person who went through some sort of
Something,
thing,
yeah.
and also. It's also why you don't have niggas with guns come and solve that problem, Probably like inebriated at some point, and he ended up, if true.
Oh, you mean like the
allegedly.
police coming?
Yeah.
I think they had. I
That-
think what they said, they had like a peace officer, and I think he might have like assaulted the police officer or some shit. Peace officer or some shit.
They said
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I heard
Alleged.
reports. I heard there were reports of multiple officers, including police, who took him to the hospital on suspicions that he was overdosing after he had assaulted them when they tried to like arrest him. Which I mean, multiple cops for someone walking in the street is like that's where you run that risk. So there just needs to be a broader focus societally on like how to actually handle a situation like that. Because if you had people with like quick attachment to like a drug plan, like when it comes to like halfway, not like a halfway house, but like drug treatment facilities, and stuff like that, rehabilitation stuff. Then you get that, and you kind of take the like a law out of it at first in order to make sure the person's okay. But police and everything.
When you look at kind of like the track history he's had in general of just like the shit he has to like he's dealt with in a sense, I think a big thing was like that religion thing. Like like a lot of Christians were coming after him, and then like it ended up leading off to like his fall off because of like just things how happened. So I know like mentally that like had to have taken a toll.
Especially when he dropped them one Nike shoes that everybody was like,
everyone was
like,
they're like pig's blood thing. I think with that, bro, people get stuck into this thing of what, like, it really is just stuck in a like social media tornado, right? Where it's like you fall victim to multiple things, right? Everybody does at some point, right? You fall victim to something. Some are worse than others when it comes to this shit. Like Lil Nas X in his case, like I felt like the whole mischief thing and trying to ride that kind of like that
was
villain.
weird.
It was
weird to me.
It was weird, and I think it just he went down that rabbit rabbit hole.
I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
It's like some people when people turn them into a villain, they kind of like play that villain role.
Yeah.
Not to say that he did it, but it's like.
Yeah, I think what it is, we're in an age of like, people want to be celebrities, and paying attention to these talents is like, it's always hyper fixated like nowadays.
Yeah.
Everyone's constantly like in tune with what everyone's doing. And like he's done questionable things in his career for promotion, for the sake of promotion, which works every time because a lot of you niggas get so up and antsy about everything you'll do.
Artists,
I'm
people,
sorry,
most people do that shit,
I don't even remember everything about the pig's blood things. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You
I seen
niggas
the
let
shoes,
that
I'm like,
shit
oh, okay.
dictate everything to you. And
Keep
then,
scrolling.
so now whenever that person's name is in the news, there's going to be a bunch of thoughts that got like, that kind of get dredged up from those past behaviors. And it kind of takes you away from the broader point of
empathy.
Whoa, something, something
something.
happened.
Having empathy.
He broke his silence recently. He was like, I'm going to be okay. It was a terrifying 4 days, but like, I'm going to be okay now. So
wishing him healing, wishing him
recovery.
And I
All
think
things.
he said too, I remember it was a video of him like trying to smile and like half of his face wasn't.
I seen that too.
I forgot what that was.
So there's something like.
Bro, he's a person. He's had a history, and exactly, he's
Yeah.
a person, right? And I think it's just about having that empathy,
That
even
usually
with
stems
these people
from
that.
stress.
Huh?
I said usually
Stress,
that stems from like stress.
It does.
And I'm sorry, like a celebrity going through like either mental trauma or like drug overdose or just like reckless actions in public is not something new, guys.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's also it's not new. Happens all the time.
You
It
guys
just
have
happened
been
the
doing
other
that
day
shit
with
for a
Justin Bieber.
century, nigga. Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus went through
Miley
her whole
Cyrus,
arc.
It
This shit has
happened
been a
literally.
thing.
Yeah, always.
It's always unfortunate when you see it, and I think
Get
that's
well, my
probably
brother.
get well, of course,
For sure.
And I think one of the conversations, especially about the anti-LGBTQ stuff, that like a lot of Christians and people on the internet have been going after him for, is that like it's always useless and it's always more disappointing because I hear the same talking points and it'll get repeated by people within the community that are supposed to be
allies, not even just allies of like the LGBTQ, but just allies of that was a crazy shit. Allies of just like black people in general.
And also because it's super disheartening because I can see when people at least initially had their heart in the right place, but we still let this shit like fester to this day. And it's a thing that we need to get rid of. If you're wondering what I'm talking about Snoop Dogg recently. Do any of you guys know specifically like his like word for word his comments?
So
It was like
he went on.
I can't find
he
it.
went on a podcast and he basically was talking about the movie Lightyear. It came out like 2022, I think. And he was basically talking about how like he's scared to bring his grandkids out to the movies because of like same sex.
it was like
couples
in the
dynamics.
movie the wife. It was like a lesbian couple. They had a baby, and I guess his kid was like, how did they have a baby or some shit? And he was like, oh, I didn't come to the movie for that or something like that. I'm like,
he said, oh shit, I didn't come for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. He said it fucked me up. Like I'm like scared to go to the movies now. Y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for.
Was he scared to raise his kids when his kids inevitably asked him that question anyway?
You know, was he?
There comes a point in time
Was he-
where there's the whole birds
was he
and bees
scared?
conversation is a meme because your
Yeah.
kid is gonna eventually ask you, where do babies come from? Did you fucking abdicate your responsibility as a father the moment you got that question?
I think a bigger question as well is like, were we scared at like on the streets of being in the crib? What are we talking about? Like, what, nigga?
When it comes to really being like, let's
You
really
ain't had a
talk
harder
about, like,
conversation than that? Like,
they'll, this is the crazy thing. They'll go in public and be like, "Oh yeah, no, it's cool for you being gay," but like, keep that shit like away from me.
I don't
Like,
know
do
if
you
it was with.
understand?
I don't know if it was with the Unity people that we gave a shout out to, but I seen Snoop pop up in the hood like
Yeah, it
and
was.
still tries to like be a good influence, still tries to get back or whatever. You mean to tell me you can walk in the hood and try to be a force for good and try to be a force for peace? And that's an easier thing to do than to be like lesbians exist?
To go, wait, no, to go.
It's-
to
Oh
the
my
movies?
God.
You're scared to go to the movies.
Snoop is 53.
Bro,
53.
I'm sorry.
If at 53, you don't have the emotional intelligence to have a genuine conversation with your grandchild about different sexualities. That's not a fucking TV or movie problem. No, nigga, that's a you problem.
That's a you
Yeah.
problem.
You
If my
problem.
kid, if
It's
I had a
not
kid
even-
tomorrow at age 21, and
I could have that
and the kid
conversation.
asked me in 3 years, "Oh, they're two moms. How do they have a baby?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, well they, two moms can be together too, and they probably either like adopted or something like that."
It's so.
That's it.
Bro, that's all you have
That's
to
it.
do,
It's
and then
definitely-
you
you
and your
don't
kid watch the goddamn movie.
It's not even a sense of like what. It's not even like a sense of emotional intelligence. What this just says is just you're homophobic. I like when it, no, when
To
it
put it
comes,
plain and simple, yeah,
when
that's
I
a homophobic statement.
I don't give
We have to
no
stop
one
clearing
of
it.
fame no clearance with that because
clear that.
especially when you have such a wide, especially Snoop Dogg, you have such a wide variety, big fan base
He's one of
that
the
you
most
have
famous niggas on the
seen
planet.
that constantly, and you still choose that take.
And it goes into the broader issue, right? Of like the whole subjecting your kids to the shit. You know what I mean? Like
Bro,
that's
I
what
hate-
he's hitting on the whole like
the
That's
what
so
about the
funny
kid?
that you bring that up because not only are we about to move into something right after this that talks about that, it's gonna come back again at the
Yeah,
end through the research.
We can really talk about
that I
the
ended up doing. We can really talk about it. I was gonna say, mind you, Snoop is also the same person like a few seconds ago was in that Tom Brady ad talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it's so bad that we dislike each other because we're different. You don't like me because I'm different. I don't
Wait,
like
hold
you
on.
because I'm different.
Let's put it on paper.
Put it on
Let's
Gay
put it
people?
on paper.
What the fuck?
So you're in.
Tom Brady got to be bisexual. Like we just have to be real. I'm gonna just keep it.
You're in.
Like and y'all having, we have to be real. And you going back and forth with him, we have to keep it being.
You're in a commercial with Tom Brady. Damn, why can't we just like each other, bro? You go to a movie with your kid. Damn, I don't fuck with this shit, bro.
Damn.
These
Hey
niggas
guys,
too different
it's
for me.
almost like money can't buy principles.
Yeah, yeah.
Dur, dur, dur. you don't take the money to go perform from Donald Trump because that's why.
We can have an hour
ridiculous.
30 pod of an analysis of all the killers that was on these niggas' tracks, and you're scared to go to the movie.
And we can have an also hour 30 analysis of the killing instances that have probably happened this year that also involve children.
I was gonna say that. I'm like, I think because there's so many people, right, that even behind this screen, right, are gonna be like, well, I don't agree with what he said like initially, but I do agree with like the kids shouldn't be exposed.
I agree that the kids should not be exposed.
Nigga, you can lock your kid. You can lock your kid in a fucking closet for 5,000 years, and he'll probably still come out gay.
No, hey, could you imagine?
Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
You imagine working your whole life to be like, I'm gonna protect you from this, just for your son.
I'm gonna protect you.
No, I was gonna
you
say,
won't
I was gonna
get
say,
this shit in.
Just for your son to
moving
bring a
swiftly
nigga home.
along, we're talking about protecting from sexuality. Like the real thing is not bullets.
Yeah.
We're on the wrong thing.
Heartbreaking news out of Minneapolis today.
Breaking
there was a shooting apparently that has involved 2 children have been left dead, 17 people injured in a Catholic school shooting.
Insane. They said in a Catholic school, they said the kids, right, they're coming back for the first week of school, and they were They were praying for mass, bro. They were praying like as they do like start a mass. They were praying for that first week of school, and they started throwing, and the shooter, I guess, started shooting bullets through the stained glass windows of the church.
Jesus fucking
awful.
And did they catch him yet? Or
I don't think
story's
I don't
still
know.
developing.
Yeah, it's still developing.
So we're gonna keep y'all posted. I'm probably gonna make a follow-up video about everything. But the thing that just hit me is because I'm like, I think as someone who technically, as people who kind of are kids to most people, you don't really get to see besides like, you know, younger people who've led the movement for like protesting against gun violence or whatever. But like it's very rare that you get to see like younger people's unedited reaction when some news happens like this. And I think many of you guys have seen the other day we went with Hassan to a back to school drive. Doing that and then hearing shit like this has just kind of completely changed that for me forever. I've heard shooting news before. Obviously, niggas been doing this shit, but like that kind of has changed it for me forever. Cause I'm like, I can't look at a nigga and take a nigga seriously posturing to me as though they give a fuck about protecting kids from anything.
Like, what are we
and we know what y'all are about to respond to this with.
Thoughts and prayers. And this was the first time, like, not the first time a shooting's happened in the church, but this is the time where it's like almost like scarily ironic.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna say thoughts and prayers, and these kids were in church praying over the school, like praying over for the school year.
You know what that means?
The week or whatever.
That means we cancel out at 0. That means we're doing nothing.
We're doing nothing.
That's what the answer. That's what we need to start treating that answer like.
It's nothing. They're gonna do nothing.
Care. When we say thoughts and prayers, that means we don't give a fuck about your child that died.
No, let's really like the fact of like it's so frustrating because niggas are really worried about the wrong thing. In a sense, we got Trump trying to change the logo for Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, you got niggas worried about the Cracker Barrel logo and children are getting shot at.
And we talking about, I can't see movies.
You got niggas talk. I was gonna say you got niggas talking about seeing movies and Buzz Lightyear and all this shit because the children. You got PDF files in the motherfucking administration, and you got niggas walking into Catholic schools shooting up the school.
Children.
Priorities.
That's our priorities. America as like the administration, not even just the administration, but just like as the older generation of Americans. We failed the youth. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That like period point blank. Stop. It's not no thoughts and prayers. It's not no like what you said. When we hear thoughts and prayers, and to y'all as well, we need to take that as okay. We're not gonna do fuck all. That's what we're gonna do.
That's
fuck
what it's
all.
been. They've been doing the same thing forever. No matter how bad the shooting is, no matter how bad the suspect, no matter how bad you feel when you read up on all the stories of the victims and all the candlelight vigils and all we'll never forget. You will just keep happening.
Yeah, we've been saying gun reform now for how long, JJ? Probably longer than I've been fucking alive.
Reagan and them wanted gun reform.
Yeah.
Reagan wanted to get rid of assault rifles. We've completely abandoned any semblance of having any principle towards this stance, and then these niggas want to try to parade kids as their number one selling point.
And even the shit we talked about a while ago, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say on it, like the whole the B-2 bomber shit, bro. That is such a like thing, bro. Like, bro, I had niggas telling me in my chat they was talking about like the draft and shit. And they weren't like glorifying it. But I'm like, the fact that we're even talking like that is nuts.
That's where we're at. Like
our children are more militarized. Our children are more militarized than they are like then they know where their fucking state is on a map.
Then they know how they feel about themselves.
Yeah, then they know how their mental state is.
And that's why the cycle keeps continuing.
Literally.
Because there is no difference with it.
Yeah,
Literally,
and
bro.
I think there's cycles in a bunch of this shit, and it's super hard to break out of certain patterns that we see. Do we want to move with you first?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So, because speaking of cycles, I was gonna say, there's some people who are idiots who will comment and they'll be like, "Are you guys sick of making everything a victim mentality?"
They said that Buddy might have offed himself like a fucking coward.
Yeah. Oh well, no, that's usually how the majority of the shootings end. The shootings end when the shooter decides to end the shooting.
Yeah.
Very rare that the cops.
Very rare that the cops or anything. Even though we have the National Guard coming, guys.
To Chicago
to clean up trash and shit like that, mind you. They in
cleaning
up trash.
We gonna get into that.
We're gonna get into
for
all
no reason.
Yeah, for sure.
But speaking of cycles, I think one of the cycles that I want to try to help break is this thing where like black people don't get to be full humans. This is gonna be a recurring theme that we talk about because it's so hard to like pinpoint to somebody who's not open to understanding where a nigga's coming from, what it feels like when you'll continuously watch people who would be afforded grace in any other situation not be afforded that same grace because they're black. And it's like starking because I'll see it the next day and y'all act completely different because you'll see someone else of a different ethnicity as a full human.
Yeah.
I think that's something that is pertinent in the Shedeur Sanders and Shilo Sanders situation.
Yeah, we can
different
talk
ways
about
though.
that. Yeah, definitely in different ways. We could talk about that though. W transition. So the thing that happened over the weekend, it wasn't really over the weekend. I don't think. Yeah, was it? It was over the weekend. Okay. What happened over the weekend was the Shilo. The thing that happened with Shilo Sanders, right, and the thing that happened with Shedeur, right. So if you don't know who the Sanders brothers are, they are Deion Sanders' sons that are in the NFL now. Well, one is in the NFL now. Unfortunately, Shilo got cut due to the This is where we start getting into, right? So let's talk Shilo first, because I think, or no, let's talk Shedeur first. Yeah, sorry, because that's the situation where it's like he's still in the league. That's the more pertinent situation right now. So Shedeur, right? Obviously, Shedeur went 5th round, 144th pick.
We've covered
which is
it.
ridiculous.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. We covered that and everything like that. I've been seeing a lot of talk, right? We've been seeing a lot of talk. Obviously, this is the preseason, so he just got his opportunity basically to show his stuff. And the Browns actually I'm pretty sure they had like 4 or 5 QBs at one point. And obviously you have to cut down to the 53-man roster before the season starts. So they're trying to find out who they're running QB1, QB2, QB3, et cetera, right? The game the other day. So Shedeur has a great game. He has a great first game, right? 2
TDs.
Yeah, 2 TDs. And then I forgot his actual yardage on it, but 2 TDs. He had a great first game, and then he had another game. His last game he played against the Rams. He ends up coming in. He does half the game. He comes in third quarter. This is where it gets to like what you're saying, like afforded being afforded that actual like ability to show your skills and do it
in real time. Level. That happened in real time.
Yeah, in real time at the same level that someone else, right, a white person, whoever it is, can like get it as well, right? His O-line, right? He had an O-line during this game.
Every
paper mache, my nigga.
His O-line was full of no, like actually though, they were full of like 3rd and 4th stringers.
We're Bears fans. We're used to
we're used to it. God damn it, right?
God damn it.
His O-line was like atrocious, right? To say the least, right? Which resulted in him getting sacked 5 times. And you had a lot of people that were like, oh, he had a bad game. He did terrible. Which then, right? They end up trading Kenny Pickett, which he was injured, so they trade him to the Raiders, right? Basically, what ends up happening is Shedeur goes QB3. So you have Joe Flacco, I think, at 1, which he's a vet, but he's like 40 years old.
Yeah, Joe Flacco old as hell. They've been
He's good.
They've been holding
I've been hearing his name since I was a little kid.
Yeah, 40. He's good, but like shit.
A season.
You would think that you'd run with some of your younger guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like Shedeur, like Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is QB2.
After throwing a pick six.
Pick six.
And fumble.
So this is another thing we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about that. So he gets QB2 and then QB3 goes to Shedeur, right? Now you had a lot of people saying like Shedeur, he just has to prove himself. He had a really bad game, etc. I think, and we've talked about this before, putting so much blame on the QB.
Yeah.
We're putting blame on this rookie QB when his O-line, I think 4 out of 5 people on his O-line got traded got waived the next day.
Oh,
meaning
they were like, yeah, we don't need these niggas. They're actually bad at their job.
I was going to say, that these third and fourth stringers aren't going to be here. Why wouldn't you have Shedeur play with the primary defense?
I mean,
that doesn't make sense.
And the primary defense played with Joe Flacco, right?
That wouldn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And then another thing they do, they then there's a 2-minute drive, right? These 2-minute drills are very, very important. And as we know, at Colorado, Shedeur is a master at them 2-minute drives. He throwing them motherfuckers at them 2-minute drives. They take him out the game for the 2-minute drive and put in, I think his name was like Tyler. I forgot.
Something Hayden.
Tyler,
right?
Yeah, it was Tyler. Either way, he got waived the next day. Why would you put someone in that you know you're going to waive to do a 2-minute drill, knowing that Shedeur is going to need that
why
practice?
Did he get waived?
He got waived. He just wasn't good.
The thing is, when he first got in the game, I think he almost threw an interception.
Hold on, let me find his name.
Bro, that is so nuts because, like, this is just being black in a quarterback. Because, like, even on his first game, he wasn't even supposed to start, and they put him right there to start. And it's like, y'all are setting him up to fail, bro.
I think that's what it boils down to, right? There's so many fucking, and God, believe me, I know, right? Because I wouldn't call myself a football purist or anything like that. But I know so many niggas that are yelling at their screen, what you doing? You're not good enough. Give the nigga an opportunity to be on the same evil playing field as someone like Dylan Gabriel. I saw Nick. I forgot his last name, but if you watch ESPN, you know. Nick says some shit. Nick was like, "Oh, do I think the NFL had a what is it called? Association, I guess. Do I think the NFL
they had like
a league-wide? Do I think the NFL had a league-wide conspiracy against drafting Shedeur? No. Do I think he's better than Dylan Gabriel though? Yes. Do I think Dylan Gabriel has more talent like in the game and he showed more talent? Yes. Okay, so let's backtrack what the fuck we just said there.
Wait.
Dylan Gabriel, there wasn't there wasn't a NFL or a league-wide like stoppage or conspiracy against Shedeur being in the league. Even though we just had Eric Dickerson, an NFL Hall of Famer, say he had from a really trusted source that there was people in the Browns camp that they weren't gonna draft him there. They're gonna make an example out of him.
Which, mind you, this has been, I can't speak specifically to the NFL draft in particular, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is not the first time this happened, because I know in baseball, there has been multiple occasions. There was a nigga back in like the 80s and 90s named Lonnie Smith, and there was a league-wide conspiracy back in the day when they were just open about it. Now it's different because they can negotiate. But there was open conspiracy, like they were not going to sign him and they were going to let him go for the league minimum back to his old team or some shit. Because they do that. Owners
don't you know D. Gordon, right?
Yeah.
There was a situation.
He's a second baseman. He played for the Dodgers for a long time and he played for the Marlins.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he got on a podcast and he was like, it was one season where I guess he was gonna get like the hitting MVP or some shit like that. But Bryce Harper was like on that line too.
Maybe
around like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, that was when he won.
And he said that somebody called him and told him like, don't hit the fucking ball because Bryce Harper needs that like trophy. And he said, fuck this shit, nigga, I'm hitting it anyway.
That's crazy.
And then like not even, I think the next season he was like, they said that he was on PEDs or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, because he did get suspended for like a PED suspension. I don't know the details and that, so I don't want to like confirm.
He was like,
then they said I was on PED.
he sat back. He was like, bro, look at me, bro. I'm like 150. Do it look like I take PEDs, bro?
D. Gordon is a fast nigga who's very small and probably has like 20 home runs in his career, maybe. He doesn't hit home runs. So it's like, I can understand why someone would be like, was he really on steroids, whatever. I do know that these leagues, though, have had a history of like communicating or conspiring to freeze niggas out for whatever.
Colin Kaepernick's not in the league, guys. We're bullshitting.
Come on, bro.
Stop it.
The same league that brought us the Colin Kaepernick situation could never be.
But let me say this. So Nick says that. Nick says that. He says that thing. He says, oh, there's no conspiracy. And then says Dylan Gabriel, he thinks Shedeur is still better than Dylan Gabriel. So let's backtrack there.
So could be 300.
Dylan Gabriel got drafted 3rd round. Do you usually draft people better than you after the fucking person that you're saying are better than? What are we talking about?
He was worse than Shedeur, but he had more talent.
That doesn't make no fucking sense.
Dylan Gabriel 3rd round, he 5th, but he better than Dylan, but then he not. Like,
gang, even with like the whole shit with like the Browns, I remember you just told me like they were like they had literally said they were trying to make an example of
the head coach, or no, not the head coach, maybe the GM. I gotta get his name. I think I wrote his name down. The GM was like, Shedeur wasn't my pick. What does that mean? We know what that means in terms of NFL, in terms of sports in general. The GM said, yeah, he wasn't my pick. The owner of the Browns, yeah, this is not my pick. What are we talking about? We're bullshitting as though this can never be a thing that
I was gonna say
right.
It's
possible.
We bullshit. I think the problem with sports and having this conversation about like race and sports is because there are so many people in all sporting bases who are predominantly white and predominantly are convinced that nothing could be amiss besides just pure, it's the skill. If you're good, you're good. If you're not, you're not. You're not even thinking past the point that like the reason why there's so few African Americans in like a league like baseball, even though we're some of the best fucking players ever exist in that league, is because it starts from the ground. They don't even like show that to black kids enough to get a lot of them involved.
Nope.
Because a lot of this shit, despite what you want to believe, is politics and it's not meritocracy.
Yes.
If a owner of a franchise is going on the record saying my prominent draft pick that everyone knows about is not my pick, don't you think that there's a little bit of a standoffish relationship between that person and the organization, which would lead to shit like being placed under niggas who you're better than or being snubbed out of a certain opportunity? Why is that so hard to see the moment it's a nigga?
And then you can't even cap like it's not a race thing because you even look at how he got drafted. They were fucking prank calling it.
Like that's so unprofessional.
Like what he ended up just encountering an interview. I forgot what the dude's name was, but he confronted him like, bro, why are you talking bad about me?
Yeah.
And he didn't even say it in a bad way. He's just like, hey, bro, like why you keep
Shedeur has handled himself classy, like literally class act this entire time, right? So I think it boils down to, and we'll keep it moving, but I think what it boils down to is, bro, give him a shot.
Yeah.
Y'all are bullshitting. Give him a shot. Y'all have been like ultra critical of him since he got in the league. Even the shit that Dylan Gabriel said the other day, where he was like separating the entertainers from the competitors. Bro,
give the entertainer more opportunities to be a competitor.
And people will say what they say, right? I understand where, like, after looking at it, where people can say, okay, he was talking to entertainers in terms of, like, the news people and media themselves. Sure. But also, if I'm Shedeur, I'm not going to lie. If I hear it, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to press you. I'm going to be like, all right, nigga, what is it? Yeah.
Right.
Because, bro, just give him a fair chance to develop and be that thing. It kind of boils into Shilo.
He was talking about Shedeur, bro.
It was
talking about Shedeur.
It boils into Shilo as well, right? The situation with Shilo. I'm going to show the video really quick. Can we see the video of the situation that happened with Shilo? So Shilo just got
fair chances.
Shilo just got waived from the Bucks, right? Obviously, Shilo was already undrafted.
Shilo's
Shedeur's brother. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention that. Shilo just got waived from the Bucks, right? Buccaneers, Tampa Bay. Because of this altercation he got into, he got ejected from the game and then he got waived after. Now, while I'm not making the case, Shilo did not play as well as he needed to. But we're also not going to sit here and act like this is the most clear cut, like, oh yeah, he's just out of control. And let's watch the clip and y'all let me know what y'all see. 84, that's what we're looking at, 84.
Zach Davidson. Swing.
Okay.
Sanders.
What do we look at this? Look at this.
Everyone behind. The play's over.
The play's been over. That's the end of that's like the sheer end of it. Look at this. He's face mask grabbing that entire time.
Yeah, which is a penalty.
In the sense of like, bro, just get off me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I would
That's
get
like,
it.
you grabbing me, bro. Get off me.
If we line up and I'm getting like rough housed by this nigga, he jammed me, he just pushing me back, legal holding, cool. Then I'm weak. Then he just bullied my shit that I need to fix up and I need to get better. Your face mask holding. You can't even grab. That's a penalty.
Nice.
You can't The nigga is like
Yeah, he's
aggressively, like he didn't
No.
go with that
Actually,
face
people
mask.
got this like really fucked up. We can think about this on like monkey level terms. Nigga,
Zoom
it's the
out.
NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a physical sport.
Yeah.
What are we talking
so,
about?
My thing in that situation is, okay, it seems though the play's over. The nigga keeps going way too long. He's grabbing the nigga in an illegal manner. Shilo gets frustrated and swings at him because he's like, get the fuck off of me. One, like you said, it's the sport of football where we're giving people lifelong CTE and brain damage. And my God, a nigga swinging at a nigga because he felt like he was getting...
This is unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
My God, CT.
Second of all, if it is unacceptable, and I even
Which it
grant
is,
you
I
that,
understand.
yes,
We
because
understand
we
it's
don't want
unacceptable.
the NFL to turn into a league where everyone just swinging at each other. Okay, so then the punishment needs to be doled out equally, right?
Because equally we could tell that like, yeah,
'Cause
there
both
was
of them were at fault, right? Be
84 is
honest.
provoking
It
him
was both.
in his face. Okay,
Right.
eject
And
them both. No, they eject Shedeur and then wave him off the team. Now, am I making the argument that Shedeur is some generation or Shilo? Sorry. Am I making the argument that Shilo is some generational talent
And they
that
only got rid of him
Yeah,
solely
they only
because
got
of it?
rid of him because he's a black man. No. But I'm saying this, if we're going to give everybody a fair chance,
Yes.
because it damn near looks like you even saw 84, as soon as he swings, he turns to his bench,
Little.
points at him, little, still taunting him the
Gloating.
whole time, gloating. If you're going to give people a fair chance, in my case, you eject both of them and then you play the game of football. After that,
Yeah.
whatever happens with the 53-man roster, cool, waving him. Not saying that he got waived because of that. But I think you're not giving him a fair opportunity, even as Tampa Bay. I don't think you gave him a fair opportunity. You're like, yes, that is unacceptable. But also, we can tell this nigga was fully taunting you. And if at that point you're not making it, which he wasn't playing well,
Then cool.
then okay, you get waived, right?
And I'm sorry, like, also too, y'all can't look at us like we crazy saying this, because like what we just talked about, and we've seen the recent events that just happened with the Sanders.
This is
in
not the
general.
first time.
It's not the first time.
So
You
I
can't look at us like
You
we're
can't.
crazy
It's not
saying
a
that.
horrible, insane conclusion to be like this league or people in this league are not being too kind to the Sanders family, regardless of whether or not they were at fault. That's the thing, is that you're not offering the charitability.
Yeah.
Because in a charitable instance, both of them see a punishment, and then maybe Shilo gets cut because of performance after, or maybe the other white dude gets cut, or maybe they just give him a fine, or maybe they suspend him for XYZ, because either way, it's a preseason game. We can't be doing that. Both of y'all sit the fuck down for what y'all just did.
Yeah,
That's not what we're doing, though.
That's not what we're doing, though.
Especially knowing like you're not even giving them a fair chance, because you know the difficulty and the shift from going from college ball to straight in the league.
Yeah,
So
and,
it's like,
and I was gonna say, part of that difficulty and part of that lack of charitability that doesn't get extended is there's a tendency, especially from people who are more Republican minded or who just watch a lot of sports, who don't want to deal with the political shit, to like blame everything on just personal responsibility, personal accountability.
Bootstrap
bootstrap shit. Regardless of what happens to you, especially as a nigga or like anyone else, you have to have the most perfect reaction to it. And if you do anything wrong,
you can't
then,
be a
like,
human in that.
And
There's no grace.
They don't look at us as humans, bro.
And I think that's so dangerous, because that like repeats itself, that breeds a generation of people, especially like in the black community or young men, who are not equipped to deal with, you know, getting love or charitability because they never get it. And that also can lead you down very fucking dangerous paths when you constantly feel, for whatever reason, that you have to be in an adversarial situation. And putting football players through that is already not the best. Like
They
situation.
don't look at us as humans. They look at us as bots that should follow protocol.
That's the case.
that's how it is.
As much as you understand that someone like Shilo should have the emotional intelligence enough to understand, like, okay, I'm in the league, I'm fighting for a 53-man roster spot and a $3 million roster spot. I can't be doing it. Doesn't matter how angry I get, I can't be throwing punches. That I agree.
That's a very good ideal.
That's a very good ideal. However, comma.
However, comma.
that, but there's context, bro.
Exactly.
There's always
However,
context
comma,
to the
that
shit,
didn't
bro.
happen in a vacuum.
It didn't happen in a vacuum.
We need to start actually seriously addressing how we as a society respond and react to people who are athletes, and how we can make sure that these things are even handled before we get to the situation, before we just squarely put the blame on, you should have reacted this way.
And then on top of it, a big thing, like, The fight that just happened with Cam and the other guy, what was his name?
Cam Ward.
Yeah, like even that fight happened.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know much
even
about
as
it, but-
big as that. They had a fight like during practice.
Oh,
like,
and they
I
were like-
remember they had it on the
yeah.
press conference. They were like, "Oh yeah, the media's just making it this big thing. It's not even the big deal." But like now we have
Mind
a fight
you,
like this.
The
when it
Shedeur
comes
brothers,
to
bro,
what-
they're gonna
the
be in
Shedeur
it.
brothers,
It's
so
gonna
like-
be like this all season, bro.
Yeah.
it's just going to
I
be
wish
that.
them nothing but strength, my nigga.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Because I know it's tough, and even like for Shilo himself, I know it's probably tough as shit for him.
Yeah.
But it is, like I said, it is. Also, you got to have that emotional intelligence, and I'm sure Dion and them ripped in him and taught them about that. We talk about emotional intelligence.
We talk
a lot.
about emotional
Yeah.
intelligence, and it's an easy thing to strive for it. And people say that they want to have it. A lot of people say they have it. I think I'm an emotionally intelligent person, but it takes a different thing, especially when you get caught up in a scenario you don't want to be in, to actually like analyze that. Speaking of that, transition of Doom to Roger Jackson.
Christ, this nigga here.
Um,
So, Raja Jackson is
Rampage.
Jackson's son. For the people that don't know, Rampage Jackson is a MMA legend at this point.
yeah, we laughed about him the other week because he was, you know,
some
Hulk
fuck
Hogan
ass shit.
passed away, and he was like, "I'm a good nigga" or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
He
So-
went-
shows
he
you where
went
we
full-
are.
Where we at?
Don't say it in Toby way. Stupid. So, on Kick, right? It's a whole bunch of weird ass motherfuckers that be on Kick. They do random shit all
Kick
day.
the No Guidelines platform.
Yeah,
No
Kick is
guidelines.
a streaming platform, basically like the direct rival of Twitch.
Yeah, so basically a bunch of niggas got mad because they kept getting banned on Twitch for being like racist and Nazis and or PDF files. So then they
You're
went to Kick.
censoring my free speech.
allows the Nazis.
So then they went to
unite.
Kick where they were like, we're not going to enforce any community guidelines. And that's turning out about as well.
That's
Jeez, I think there was one lady that was arrested for like shooting paintballs at somebody, like a random civilian.
Yeah,
shooting
yeah, there was
paintballs.
I think I did
something
hear
the
about
other day,
that.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Nuts.
Oh.
So in this situation though, Rampage Jackson's son went to this like
Fight
fake,
Club.
Fight Club
something.
or
Yeah, like this
WWE
wrestling
like,
type
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
right? And he met up with these group of wrestlers. One of them goes by the name of what's his name, Stuart Smith, and his wrestling name is Psycho Stu. So I want you,
Bomboclad.
yeah, Bumbo. So I want y'all to see the interaction that these people had, right?
Is this going to be
First clip.
playing the full?
No, not the
Okay.
full, but just yeah. I didn't.
Get
You
the
can't show that
pulled
part.
off the internet.
Demonetized. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
This is the
So,
interaction between him and
Psycho.
Psycho. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
So he pulled up to the place, and
Yeah.
then yeah, just you just go ahead, Blake.
Where's the real McKill at? Where's he at?
You don't need to worry about him. You need to
Psycho
be
Stu.
worried about Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you don't know it?
He's not a fucking worker.
This is what
bro.
you hear?
Yeah, what the fuck was
What did he say?
So after he crushed the beer can on his head, he was like, "What? You're not gonna sell it?" So he's in character right now. He's in character right now because they're trying to be like in the WWE type shit.
I
Right?
would have broke that nigga legs over it. I'm
So-
just keeping it.
I'm not cut
I would have
for
broke
it.
that nigga legs.
I'm not cut for it.
I knew he slammed it on his head. But I didn't know it was like that. Like, what do you mean sell it?
No,
You
but
like,
I didn't.
say
I
shit
didn't know
about
that.
it.
Right.
Hello.
No, I was gonna say I didn't know he said that. Like, oh, you're not gonna sell it because yeah, that's the thing is they be faking. Me personally, I'm not cut for it, which is why I'm not going around
Yeah,
them people
right.
because you crush
Exactly.
a can on my
A
head.
big thing.
Right.
No, I
Right.
don't understand why you're not going for it, bro. The thing is with like those underground wrestling matches, it's not like the WWE. Like
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of shit goes and they be like, you want to sell it. Like I've seen someone smack like a glass window.
Yeah, no, and they
Yeah.
be bleeding it.
Yeah.
You selling
I'm like,
it?
oh,
No, I'm
no,
not.
I'm not
no,
selling
I'm
it. People
bleeding
actually
out.
hurt.
No.
Fuck.
help me.
Yeah.
So after he's like, "Yo, you're not gonna sell it," one of the other like wrestlers or whatever was like, "Yo, he's not like an employee. You can't do that or whatever." So they were going back and forth, and then Raja was like, "No, I got to get my get back or whatever." So I guess they chopped it up. They shook hands. Actually, they was like, "Okay, we good." He's like, "Yeah, we good, whatever." And then they go. I guess they're walking to like the stage area. And Raja is still talking about it. He's like, yo, like, I can't let him do that to me or whatever. And one of the wrestlers like, yeah, you can, whenever we start, you can, like, go in the ring, you can get your little get back or whatever, and then that'll be it. He'd be like, okay, I bet. As long as I get my get back, I'm cool, right? They sit down. The match is going on or whatever. He's looking at chat, and chat is egging this nigga on the
Raja
entire
Jackson?
time.
Looking at
Yeah,
chat?
Roger.
He, The chat's talking about, oh, you a bitch, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that. He, oh, what? I'm not gonna do what? Hey, give me 50 subs right now. I'll slam him on his neck. I'll do this. Man, like, bro, he was like, oh, what'd he say too? He was like, my dad, he can't call me no bitch or whatever like that.
And we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. So then it escalates and escalates. You can visibly see him get angrier and angrier and angrier.
Yeah.
And then he just darts in there, picks him up, slams him on his head. Dude is already out. That could have been your get back right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slam him. He's cold, out cold. Walk out this. No. He sits there and punches him damn near 25 to 30 times in the head while he's knocked out.
Where's the ref? Where's the medic?
I don't know.
Do we not jump in and be like, yo, he's knocked out?
After like 15 hits, then they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, because at first they didn't know it was real. They thought it was scripted because
He was trying to sell it.
So then,
Back.
once everyone started seeing it was like, oh, it's getting serious. People started getting scared because at the same time they're like, oh my god, like he's like actively beating. And then other wrestlers start to jump in the ring and start pulling them off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry, bro. As soon as I seen the first punch, I'm like, oh no, he's dead ass.
Dead ass. The
It was like a full
back and like
It reminded me of like some World Star shit. You see, like, if you get the rare like time where you see an uninterrupted fight.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Uninterrupted.
jarring.
Just mink.
I knew it wasn't scripted because I've been like watching the clips of Rampage Jackson before and saw him with his son. And his son was like a very calm, collected guy. So when I saw the clip of him going in the ring and beating him, I'm like, whoa, what happened, bro?
So I'm about to say, before we get into Rampage Jackson and how black men be getting ourselves killed when it comes to not allowing our black boys to grow up as human beings, is there anything else that happened?
So after that, he gets kicked out the venue, and I want you to pay attention. Listen to the people that are at the crib. Listen closely to what he says when he's walking off. We play the second clip.
Fuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro.
Over with.
Okay.
Continue.
So the reason why I said pay attention, right, is because you're at this venue. This guy named Psycho Stu, just some like F-level WWE personality, hit you over the head with the bottle, whatever. Y'all squash it, go in the ring. You beat this man damn near to death. You get out. And the first thing you say is, everybody keeps playing with me, calling me a bitch. I'm not a bitch.
There's
I have to
something
stand
there.
up. There's something there.
The conversation of hell that a lot of y'all are not ready to have.
Yep.
Black men. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Before we start, though, I just want to give. He was about to go. Before we start, I just want to give a brief definition of emotional intelligence: the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically.
Okay. As the background, this is all happening within the context of, we understand that as a people, black people, we have a lot of unique challenges when it comes to a bunch of shit, even like how our behavior is perceived, getting grace in those situations. But there's also very harmful tendencies that we adopt as a product of not having many better options. And even in men in general, this is like the reason why I'm not surprised at all with what he was yelling after he walked away is because this is the most textbook. If you are a dude.
We've all gone through that exact same feeling.
Exact same
That's
shit,
exactly
bro.
what that is. Textbook.
And the thing that fucks it up is, and the reason why I'm never going to be, I'm a personal responsibility advocate in the things that make sense to be personally responsible for. I'm never going to be like personal responsibility when it comes to like fucking systemic racism. You're bullshitting.
Right.
And I also think that there's a fair case to be made that like a parent can't do every goddamn thing.
Yeah,
you know, you're going to be socialized by other people.
Environment.
Different environments.
Everything.
Cool. However, this men culture shit of this whole, you gotta be a gladiator, you gotta be a warrior, you gotta be able to beat a nigga ass, you gotta be able to borderline kill a nigga, or else you're a bitch and you're weak.
Yeah.
Nuts.
But
Is
That's why that
dehumanizing.
Yes.
It's dehumanizing as fuck because now every dude is a fucking iron golem.
Yep.
yeah.
It's also how you get this,
That.
bro.
How
You
you
think
get
that
that.
this nigga doesn't remember when your macho man way of encouragement is you're a bitch because XYZ, you're a
but
bitch
do you-
because XYZ?
Where it even starts, because like you said, we've all had a moment like that. But where it starts and where the base is, because of course, like as a black man, you go through so many things that can make you angry and can make you go to a point like this. But we also have to look at the base. The base is, bro, the reflection of what you see in the parenting that you had.
Yeah.
We have to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I blame that nigga Rampage Jackson. Not fully, of course, because like you said, there's
more
that
than
personal.
most parents,
but more
because-
than most because I have literally, I think we spoke about it before this happened. Literally, I think we talked about it. I've literally seen this nigga multiple times be with his son, training, fighting, whatever the case may be. Because I get it, you're a fighter, so cool, it's in your blood. I've seen you be like, nah, you don't get no bitches. You a pussy. You a this. You a that. And then I saw your pussy ass get online and be like, I do not condone anything Roger did. You're a bitch.
And then let's
That's some bitch shit to do.
the
That's
thing-
your son.
You're on kick. Like, it's one thing, and of course it's still wrong to be doing it outside of the cameras, but you're doing it on camera on a platform like Kick.
Yes.
Where
In
more
front of people.
Where more people in the comments will bash
Embarrassing.
for being that.
I think
way.
that's another
Embarrassing.
a good take, Alan, because another thing is you're embarrassing the nigga. Regardless of even just the I'm trying to toughen them up. Harder. There's probably a cool 5 to 6 to maybe even, I don't know how much they average, to maybe even 15,000 people who's also calling your son a pussy, who's also saying your son can't get bitches, who's
And
also saying
also-
your son is a
and
weak bitch.
When he was in that ring and I seen him take out all that anger, I'm like, he's fighting his dad right now.
Yes, that's
That nigga,
trauma.
he's blacked
That's,
out.
yes, that's a
Because of
blackout.
all of that.
Yes,
Everything
yes.
you put
That's
this nigga
Because-
that is pent up aggression and trauma that you've not been able to get out, and that's what it is. And now this nigga is about to get maybe 10
And
to
that
15
happens
years
all
minimum.
over- That
Let's keep
happens
it
for
all
attempted murder.
over the
Yeah.
United States, bro.
Would he do that if the cameras were on or off?
Yeah,
Would he do
that's
that if the
another
cameras were
thing.
on?
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Oh no, sorry. Continue.
I would say he wouldn't do that if the cameras are off because of not only what Rampage has done, but overall the environment of Kick and what his community has become is to trash on the nigga.
Yes, the reason why I began with saying black men is not because I want to have a conversation where I just demean all black men for the actions of this one black man. No, I want to stress to us that like it is our responsibility to come up with a different answer for this shit for our kids, bro.
Yeah,
right.
Niggas don't have kids. I don't have kids. I'm pretty much am a kid still. Like, but even I can see that, hey, your son, saying your son is a bitch and doesn't get pussy and doesn't XYZ does not make him more manly, guys.
Nope.
Doesn't.
I'm sorry, hot take. You guys have been operating off this wisdom, this common wisdom.
But tell him he ain't got
if I
shit,
punch
maybe
him
he'll
every
get
day
you.
on his birthday, he'll get stronger.
Yeah.
If I say he a bitch, he'll get stronger. If I say you don't get no women, he'll get stronger. You know what that leads to? That.
To that. And then
I'm
Oh my
sorry,
God,
you
he's so out of control. Yeah, he's being
because
raised
you
by a bunch of
no,
fucking heathens.
you didn't let
You
him-
raising that nigga like a fucking Spartan.
You didn't
What
let
the fuck
him.
are we talking about?
You
Yeah.
didn't let him be a black kid.
Literally.
You raising that nigga like a Spartan.
Like,
You raising
like
that
you
nigga-
trying to be in 300.
yeah, they ain't 300. Like, what are we
Fuck,
talking about?
You have burnt your child's like innocence at the stake of masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but also
That's
too,
the shit
Yeah.
that I fucking hate because you niggas are like, what you're inherently doing is you're like making masculinity synonymous with dumb shit, with self-destructive shit, with toxic
And also-
shit, and you're
you
saying
know
that's
what
the
that-
only way you can
as-
become a man.
And then on top of it, right, they do this thing where like you want to start your kid at a young age as you need to defend yourself. You need to do X, Y, and Z. So then they put them in classes,
Yeah.
wrestling, MMA, X, Y, and Z. And then you start punching your child. And you're like, okay, you need to get stronger because this is how the world's going to treat you. And then you professionally train your child as a fighter, which is nothing wrong. But the fact, I think, if you train your son as a professional fighter, you also as a professional fighter have the responsibility to keep his mental in check because something like this happens and something worse can happen.
You gotta like register your hands at a certain
Yeah.
point.
Exactly.
Yep.
When you
It's
get to
not
certain
a good
point.
idea to constantly negatively reinforce bullshit ass stereotypes in somebody who's dangerous enough.
It's like
how many
who
it's
could
like
be
a
made
bomb.
enough to
It's
give
like it's a bomb that you're working on and you're cutting wires. You're
Yep.
sitting there cutting fucking wires. And
What
then
does
you're like,
this wire
damn,
do?
that bitch blew up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
nigga.
let's not act like we're stupid to this. This is not the first time this has happened when it comes to being an MMA.
Definitely not.
We've seen how John Jones was in his previous. We saw how Nate Diaz was because these people growing up have not had a proper childhood nor the proper love to be fucking fighting.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, and everything is obviously like nuanced, but I would love to ask the question, like, to people who say that, like, oh, I gotta do X, Y, Z, because this is how the world gonna treat you. Did the world treat you like that?
Did they?
Did your pops teach you like that?
And
if they
and
did,
if they,
did your mom
and if
teach you
they
like
did,
that?
did you like it? And if
Exactly.
you didn't like it, why are you giving it to your
Why are
son?
you protecting
Why-
it
Yeah,
onto
if
your
it
son?
did, what did that do to you? You never
Exactly.
asked
Look
yourself
at
that
you.
question.
Because let's be real. Y'all niggas are lazy. Y'all don't want to break those cycles or patterns.
you don't want to
Nope.
make yourself
The only way,
uncomfortable, bro.
what it, I was gonna say, and what it is, and talking about that, y'all niggas are lazy, right? Y'all associate like working hard with the physical aspect of the world. You know what I mean? Working out and
That's it.
fighting and all those things. When really the hardest battles you'll probably fight as a human are those mental battles.
I'm
Y'all
not
are
gonna
weak.
lie.
Y'all
the
are weak.
most, I'm so happy you said that. The most scamming bullshit that they done bought a whole like generations of men on is that this physical shit is the one and most important defining characteristic.
Yeah.
It's
You
the
niggas
brain,
will
bro.
get all that big and brolic and be empty up here.
Yeah.
what I saw?
Repeatedly. And there's nothing that's switching, being like, okay, yeah, maybe we should have a different approach, because that's what masculinity is. When you're losing these mental battles 10 times out of 10, and that's why you will never achieve that level of masculinity that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
That's the whole.
Also,
you
even
thing.
talking about
the idea of masculinity so much to the point. There's clips of Rampage when he be streaming. He'll go out to clubs and like it would be a couple, and the dude will be right there. He'll go up to the girl and just randomly grab her ass, not even knowing her. And then the people in the
assault.
That's
this is how-
assault.
this is how
Literally, just
twisted
casual assault.
masculinity is.
Casual assault.
Casual. And then everyone in the comments will be like, well, I mean, it's Rampage.
What you gonna
Like,
do?
The dude not gonna do anything.
I mean,
You're
it's
going to-
Rampage.
Do you
Okay,
want
then
just
when
to dick
Donald
down
Trump
your
comes
throat?
down and dicks you down, I guess it's Donald Trump.
I guess it's just Donald Trump. Like, you just taking dick and you just excuse.
When JD Vance throw your ass on that couch, I guess it's just JD Vance.
I guess it's just JD Vance. Fucking
Where
hell.
was it?
Alright,
Like, what, bro?
Like, yeah, no, you give the shittiest excuse for the shittiest patterns of human behavior that churn out the shittiest results for the very demographic of people we need to be protecting right now, that you niggas defend it as masculinity.
Nuts.
Suck my dick respectly.
respectfully.
Stop it.
His life is gonna be damn near ruined.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, for sure.
I think he had a
And-
fight coming up.
We're also remembering, and we're not factoring in. He's also a black man. He's about to get blackballed.
He's about to
He
get
already got
charged.
banned off kick. He's about to
Yeah.
get charged. Stop. it.
Higher than
And the thing is,
And it was a white man. Like, stop. it.
The thing is too, bro, with this emotional intelligence shit, bro, it can fester in a whole bunch of ways. It can fester in rejection. Niggas can't take
Niggas
rejection.
can't take rejection.
Shit,
Yeah.
how it manifests.
Oh
itself
my
as.
fucking
Niggas be,
God,
bro, I saw some shit about that the other day. Niggas be talking about like how girls will have to like give their number out. Like girls
Yeah.
will give their number out and like it'll be a fake number. Why didn't you just not give me your number? Because y'all niggas can't take rejection.
Y'all can't
That-
Y'all are gonna fuck
I'm
around.
so sorry, right? Everyone acts like other people's perspectives, mainly women perspectives. Men act like it's impossible to like understand, as though it's like not a whole other human being. If a random nigga comes up to me in public and I don't even know who they are, I'm already hesitating like about giving my number out. I do it more because, business stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know who you are.
Right.
Now add in like, if I knew that there was a higher than average likelihood that this person is going to get mad if I don't give them my number. Then add in the fact that I don't know
if
what
the
your mad
conversation,
looks like.
if the conversation is not networking, the conversation is, hey, I saw you gorgeous as hell. Let me get your number.
And for
and-
any given reason, you're not ready to take on that whole other person in your life, and you're like, okay, I don't know if I want to give
Now
you my
there's a-
number.
now
But
there's
also,
a
if I be like,
possibility.
nah, or I say no too harshly.
All right, bitch. All right.
Now
What are we talking about?
now it turns to "I'd bitch, I never liked you anyway," or
you stuck up.
or it turns to now they gonna try to put their hands on
like,
you.
what do we-
Or in the worst case, niggas be trying to kill people because
Niggas be
they
following
niggas
follow girls all the time. But I remember being at work and it would be old ass 40, 50, 60, 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
Waiting for these 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds after work.
Now, do I personally like do these negative things that men do?
Yeah, do anybody on this couch do those?
But that's why I have the mental clarity to sit there and call it out because y'all aren't talking about me.
That's the
Exactly, but I
emotional
feel like
intelligence.
we- like,
That's the emotional
That is-
intelligence.
Niggas have emotional
Niggas hear
intelligence
that
to the
shit and
point,
be-
like,
Huh?
You talking about me, bro? Like what?
I'm not so far up my ass to not understand the fact of like, okay, like that's a valid response for a woman to give a man of like giving a fake number because bro, we know how weird niggas get. I saw this video of this girl on a motorcycle in she was like filling up with gas, and this dude was coming up like, I'm trying to shoot my shot. Let me give you like your number and everything. And she said no, and he got a cup and poured it in her face and was like, didn't want you no way.
Weird.
And I'm like.
So when you know that there's a likelihood that could happen, you know it's probably the other way. I'm not in really fear. when you know that there's a likelihood that can happen, like, yeah, it would make a lot of sense to take a little bit of extra steps to protect yourself. And we have niggas out here who other men will use the idea that you're not talking to enough women to take down other men to a point where they have no ability to like feel confident in themselves or even like accept rejection or even handle a situation that's going not ideally in a way that doesn't immediately take it to the furthest extent.
Yeah.
You've already disabled that for generations of black men.
Yep.
And now we're here.
We just watched Rampage Jackson do it to his own son.
Yep.
Yes, this
And
is
in real
the
time.
reason why it's not solely on black men to solve this issue is because this is a man issue.
Yeah, it is.
It is
definitely.
on niggas generally to stop fucking raising your children, especially your little boys, like
Spartans.
they have to be one goddamn thing.
A warrior,
And
a
Be
warlock.
supportive
The
and let them
thing-
figure
Niggas
that
can't
shit
do
out.
10 push-ups and they want their son to be in the gym every day. Stop,
bro.
Yeah.
Stop
And
repeating
and
the
the
cycle,
thing
man.
the thing that you can do to help yourself gain some more emotional intelligence is obviously like the way your parents raised you contributes to that.
Yes, of
Ask
course.
yourself them hard questions.
Yeah.
Ask yourself hard questions. Catch yourself in situations where you know that you're getting mad at something you shouldn't be getting at.
And start to reinforce your
Wait a
your
minute.
friend
Why
group.
am I
Why do I feel this way? Why
Yeah.
am
then
I?
they
now
just stepped on my shoe? Why am I threatening to kill this
Yeah,
man
why
right
do I
now?
want to? Why do I
Ooh,
wanna
I'm
hurt
so
this
happy
nigga?
we're talking about this because there's a study that y'all don't even know about that I found that we're gonna talk about shit like this towards the
Hell
end of this.
yeah.
Yeah, for
But like
sure.
even then, bro, like giving people additional tools to like allow for more complex thought with men. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
We don't have to react to everything with let me crash, let me fight this thing, let me kill it. Like
Yeah.
yeah, and there are a lot of people who kind of get pushed into
That comes with so many things. It comes with valuing yourself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yeah.
I think that comes with a billion different things. And I don't think that it's just incumbent for people to have an emotional intelligence, like for just men to have emotional intelligence in this instance. I think it's important for everyone to have it generally because I think it's a broader societal like
Yeah.
thing. You can analyze different trends in
There's a lack of
society.
intelligence.
You can, yeah,
That's
you can
literally what it is.
just
Yeah.
intelligence
Just
generally.
in
But
general,
you can analyze many different things that are going on in the world if you have the tools to understand that. I know a lot of people were acting as though it was mythical that niggas was saying that there was any undertones to stuff like Sydney Sweeney. But a lot of those same people have never fucking even encountered any sociology or like analysis of systems or anything. So it's very easy to just bullshit. Oh, it
And
can't be a
immediately,
problem.
it's some bullshit.
I brought up that ad because we've seen a very popular one be made in response to it, and the fallout has been crazy, but I don't know much about it.
Been
Yeah, talk
wild.
to us about
Okay,
it, please.
so going on to what you were saying about how there's just a lack of intelligence just in the air.
Or openness to using the tools that are there. Nigga, I don't know every
There,
fucking
to
tool
just
in the book,
doing
but
it.
like I'll try my best.
Right.
And,
Try your
and-
best, goddamn
Try
it.
it, nigga. Just try.
And through that lack of intelligence, like you said, people are getting lazy and don't want to look. And it becomes ignorance because the whole thing of saying everything ain't political, like politics isn't in everything. Politics isn't isn't everything.
Yeah.
And like AB said, politics will happen to you. And it's happening right now.
Politics is happening. If you're laying in your bed at home watching the Jam, there's a mattress tag on your bed that has specific qualifications for why they had to make it this way so that it didn't catch on fire.
Politics is in your bed, man.
Politics is everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't get away
The
from
people that
it.
say, I think the people that say and use politics, not like, oh, politics, don't politicize everything, don't make it political. It's a glorified way to gaslight.
It's
That's
what
really
you
all
consider
it
to be
is.
politics.
You're
Yeah.
gaslighting.
Don't say any political opinion that I disagree with that makes me feel queasy because then it's politics.
Yeah,
Everything
it's
is
just gaslighting.
Everything is political, and now we're seeing it in fashion, and we're seeing right-wing media come after fashion and try to put that same propaganda through that angle.
Because fashion at the end of the day is an art expression.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that'll really
That's the
tell
shit
you
that-
where
yeah.
the things are going in society.
That's
We're
what
at war.
shows
That's
you
what
the
it is.
fascism for real. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that art
And
expression.
and the one thing they attack through fashion that is the most American thing is jeans. That's the best way to try to get your message out because you know that's the most thing that's accessible to everyone. That's what every American is wearing, and that's the American thing. And we saw it with the Sydney Sweeney ad, with the whole double entendre of jeans, tough,
Jeans
better
are bound,
offspring.
Nigga, why you talking about Offspring jeans commercial? Nigga?
For jeans.
Why this jeans commercial talking about blue eyes? No reason.
Just an ad. It's just an ad,
Everyone's
y'all.
making a big deal.
It's just an ad.
And when it came out, I remember seeing in the comments of like, y'all, what are y'all talking about? This is a good ad. It's
a good ad.
It's
What is a
nothing
fucking good
political.
ad?
Like y'all are just making it so far.
This shorty with barely
When
any
you
clothes on.
look at the model, when you look at Sydney Sweeney,
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney is like the white woman.
Ain't
When
she
you look
Republican
at her.
too?
Yeah, she
And then you're sitting there saying, well, like, you know, I can wear these jeans or like these jeans are better because like I have blue
Offspring,
eyes and
nigga.
I'm a white woman.
jeans.
These jeans are better because Offspring.
best jeans because
Offspring.
Because the offspring, and my blue eyes reflect.
So what did
and
Gap say?
What did, bro?
Gap said, "Fuck out of here, nigga."
Gap said, "Fuck all that." But before I even get into the Gap, I want to talk about the Sydney Sweeney shit. Of like, I remember Trump, and this is how people are saying it's not political. Trump endorsed this ad and basically said it's the hottest ad out. JD Vance praised it. Ted Cruz praised it. And at that time, the stocks went up by 23%. Do you want to know why the stocks went up by 23%?
Why?
Because nothing turns on a group of white people more than making this shit like the 50s.
Yeah.
Nothing gets them off
Real
more
shit.
than being like, you know what? Let me put a colored sign on here and you can wear those jeans if you're not white.
If Ted Cruz
Yeah, Ted Cruz.
is giving you fashion advice, and if Ted Cruz ever looked at me and was like, I ain't gonna lie, Matt, you fit hard. I'm burning everything on my fucking body. I'm burning. I gotta be wearing
You
you.
know,
I
it's a
gotta be
problem when
wearing
they
some
were like,
bullshit.
You know, it's a problem when they're siding with that ad. Bro.
If Ted Cruz,
Ted Cruz, JD
I
Vance,
can't-
and Trump co-sign.
That's
Kill me
like-
now.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the only clip that like will probably get back to bro. If Ted Cruz said that he liked my work, I'd put down social media and become a monk. I hate
Monk
that.
do.
man.
Shave my shit. Shave my shit. Bald.
Nigga, I'm not doing this shit no
Nigga,
more.
I'm erasing my
Trump is
eyebrows
sitting there.
off.
Trump, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. Trump is like in a vegetative state where he just kind of doesn't know what is happening
not
around him.
Yeah, he's nigga turning ripe
So
and
he
shit.
heard about the fucking
that nigga
ripe
spoiling.
and
Nigga spoiling.
like a banana when you leave it out too long. Nigga, brown and shit on his head.
That nigga is done.
We so
It has eco dander.
So the
and shit.
problem-
Nigga is fried. Eco dander in the ears, nigga. He's fried. He ain't been the same since they leaked them Yemen plans. Nigga. He's been fried since, nigga. Done for. Like I'm gonna be.
No, the thing that annoys me about him is because he's so aloof from what's going on that like the nigga had to run in the room and be like, yo, you seen this Sydney Sweeney ad? And he, oh yeah, Sydney Sweeney's the hottest. This nigga has no
Like
idea
when I
who Sydney
saw that, and
Sweeney
y'all
is.
can bleep this out if y'all want. The only thing I can think about is just like a cracker, bro. Like that ass. Like when I just a cracker. Like, do you really? It's the hottest ad out. You worried about Cracker Barrel, and you talking about it's the hottest ad out.
Bullshitting.
But overall, getting
It's a
back
culture
to
war
it,
thing.
why it's so important, why it's political. Because when we talk about American Eagle jeans, we know as kids we couldn't afford that. We know who was was the main one wearing American Eagle jeans, and we know who was marketed to.
Hollister ads.
Yeah, them bitches was
American Eagle.
$65.
Them hicks.
I wish I would show my mama $65 jeans.
And white people, man.
Wasn't going.
Oh, what the?
Village. I would have.
You think you gonna? Like, and overall, it's just you see the political climate we're in, and overall, just the attack on minorities in itself. It's like now you thought it was a good idea to be like, you know what? In order to even own American Eagle jeans, you have to have those blue eyes. And that's you try to make something exclusive to only your people.
They're aligning the feelings associated with your brand.
Yeah.
You know, white, blonde hair, blue eye, which I mean is not surprising considering they've been trying to do that since Reagan.
Yeah.
Since they lost that shit in the civil rights movement, they've been trying to go back. Reagan ran on Make America Great Again. And Bubba Clot, they're making America great again. Let the white people good. We gotta go back. Bubba Clot. So like, it's not surprising.
It's not, and the ad was so crazy that the former CEO of Gap and J. Crew, Mickey Drexler, he went on a pod. He said American Eagle handled the fallout from the advertisement poorly by not apologizing from the ad, and which features basically just saying like, why didn't they apologize and why did they handle it that way? That's how crazy this is. So I don't know why people are being like, it's not political, it's not the biggest thing.
It's political and everything's political because if you even really think about it, at the end of the day, these are all companies.
Exactly.
American Eagle decided to chart their path, being like, we're going to lean into the Nazism shit. And then Gap decided, we're going to lean the opposite way. And we're playing with our profit and our messaging behind these two ideas and see what makes us brand. Everything's political.
I still haven't seen that ad. I gotta see this.
And
Katseye?
Yeah, I got
going to the Katseye, bro. So now we're fighting back to this bullshit with more jeans,
with
bro.
diversity,
And beautiful.
with DEI, with woke,
and beautiful.
never been more woke,
Diverse.
Nigga, that
Wait a minute. That nigga girl gonna watch this shit like, you said what? Yo, girl. Wait, this nigga girl.
Yeah. I love you so much.
Black men don't cheat.
diversity.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't
Black
cheat.
men
Black
But
men don't cheat.
bullshit aside, we are fighting back. And I went on my phone and I saw this crazy Gap ad by popular girl group. They are so popping right now. They're like on the rise. They're called Katseye. And who Katseye is? Katseye is a girl group based in Los Angeles, California, and is composed of 6 members. But they usually get called a K-pop group because, and they're really not, because their label is called Hybe. And what Hybe is a Korean label, but what they did was they did a partnership with American labels, and essentially they just put them together, and they went through like the K-pop training. So a lot of people say like it's K-pop, but it's not. But it's
I wonder how the
big
splits is gonna be though.
Yeah, I wonder how it is.
Let me see your contract.
Splits be. And the names of the girls in the group are Laura, Yeonchae, Daniela, Megan, Sophia, and Manon. And basically, like, they have just been on the. He's ready. He's ready. Work through it, and then you can, formally. You don't even know.
You're right. My fault.
You can formally do it. They've been known for this song called Gnarly. I don't know if y'all heard it. Wasn't a big fan of the song, but behind the song was their dance performances to it. It became a big thing. They had it was another song called Gabriella. They had another dance to it, and it became just a staple in the iconic dance on TikTok. All types of shit. It became a trending thing. So when I saw Gap put Katseye in, I'm like, oh, y'all nailed like
one y'all tapped in. Yeah, of course you tapped in.
Y'all nailed it perfectly because y'all got. Not only we'll get into it, a diverse group to handle the attack on minorities, but also the fact of they got a group that has so much pull that dance that they're about to do on this ad has so much pull that people are doing on TikTok now.
Yep.
So think about
really the way
that rising potential.
Exactly.
That's
so
the way
that's
that
how
you
you beat that
this
shit. And I think that was also intentional in the fact of like now the reach is like so far ahead because not only through the dancing but through them being so diverse as a group when it comes to just their ethnic background. Like we look at Laura is Indian and Manon is Swiss Italian and she's from Ghana. Daniela is Venezuelan and Cuban. Yeonchae is Korean. Megan is Chinese. and Sophia is Filipino.
Jesus.
Megan is Chinese, Singaporean, sorry, and American. So
That's
you see
hard.
how diverse this group is.
It's literally the whole world, yeah.
That's
Gap.
literally Gap is. And then let's look into the ad.
Let's watch the ad.
let's watch
I don't
the
think
ad.
I've ever actually
The
seen
choreography was amazing.
Amazing. We can get to it right now.
Y'all are
Yo,
they are
written.
better than them.
Written.
America's back.
We're back fighting. Let's talk
What
about
happened
it,
to
right?
the
Diversity,
blue
man.
jeans and the
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie.
Spring,
Ain't gonna lie.
I
Look, this nigga better say.
We gotta go to LA. Gotta go to LA. Gotta go to LA.
This-
Keep it down. We have to.
I
go to LA.
think
Just
First
keeping it
off,
rhythm is passed down from generation.
The rhythm is passed down.
from minority to minority. let's talk about it.
Rhythm's
man.
my
dope.
favorite.
So
It's
from
a
the
brown.
Seasoning is the best.
The hair texture. Brown eyes are my favorite.
We can only get the waves.
We'll never get past.
Offspring. Stupid ass nigga, man.
From nigga to nigga.
Ladies and gentlemen, America has always been a multicultural country because the fucking lazy ass niggas who started this bitch didn't want to build this shit themselves.
Let me get
So
into
now
that.
everybody,
Get into
they
it.
brought Asians to do their shit. They brought black people to do their shit.
You niggas didn't want to do this shit yourself, and now you're mad
And
that
now
there's
you
so
have to
many
be-
other
Now live
people
with the
here.
And now
consequences.
you
There are
send
beautiful
them back.
melanated women in this ad, and you're mad.
And
Shut
you're
your
pissed
bitch
off.
ass up. We don't care.
We could-
Good God,
there's
go
like
cry in a
every-
book.
And what you
Fuck.
said, Jay, has a whole meaning, to it, right? So
about
we
it.
get off and we start off because the theme of this of the jeans and the whole collection was early 2000s, like the whole Y2K,
Yeah.
because you see the low waisted jeans,
Yeah.
which are amazing. You
bikini
see,
top,
you
yeah.
see the like kind of almost cropped like blue corsets they have on, fire, and even the song hold on. Yeah, the whole song of
They
that
redid that
Milkshake
song, right?
by Kellis. Yeah, they redid it. Milkshake by Kellis. What I think is also they intentionally use that song because you hear the thing of like it's better than yours in the sense of like the denim is better than so it's
hard,
that's the whole attack of like Sydney, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. I'm telling you, right? They put the niggas in that ad for a reason too, because I'm like,
That's
I'm
why
not
they
gonna
did.
lie, bro.
Shut your offspring ass.
You remind me of-
The Republican white offspring.
Like what are we
Trying to be nice
talking
here.
about? So even with so you even see like the little shots of like, bro, my jeans are better than yours, and even like you see the camera shots. Camera shots are all fire. You see the like the constant shots showing the dancing without like kind of going frame by frame, but you can like fully
was a
see.
full shot.
You
Yeah,
can fully
yeah.
see it, and then I like when Gap does these dancing ads because it shows you how durable the jeans are.
Yeah.
It shows you that not no bullshit
About
for
to
real.
say, I'm not gonna lie. If we just let me get in my baseball fan bag. If we're just looking objectively speaking, nothing in Sydney Sweeney's ad made me want to wear those clothes. You don't even see that movie, right? All you can see is
That's
that.
real.
That's real.
I've seen the clothes in motion, so I know they're comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
real.
And then
Not
on
even a
top of
racial
it-
thing.
And on top of it, like
How's it go?
She's not political.
It's not political.
She's sitting like this. What jeans do you want to wear that make you do this?
but in her
Zipping her shit up and shit.
That
Put
shit
your
is
fucking
sexual
clothes
ass.
on, Sydney.
And then even like the choreograph was like it didn't even make you like want to miss a moment for real.
Yeah.
And then who
And
it
made me
was,
want to talk.
it didn't.
Mouth was
I didn't even want to
pause. My fault.
You have a different reach, nigga. We not the same. We not the same.
Yeah.
We not the same, man.
Yo, Alan, bro, you just put words in my mouth and shit. Man.
You not the same.
Alan,
But
bro, that's crazy.
Hold on, let me get through this so I
Yeah,
can
get through it, get through it. My
So
fault.
it's the dance was choreographed by a guy named Robbie Blue, and Robbie Blue is a big dancer and choreographer in LA, and he's worked with Taylor Swift. FKA Twigs, Doechii. He worked on Doechii's Grammy performance.
Oh,
yeah.
shit, that choreography is
And many
ridiculous.
more.
Yeah.
And what he was trying to do with, like you had said, you were like, oh, that's like a whole bunch of like variety of people when it came up to the backup dancers. And it was intentional. What he was saying was when you add in everyone's different style and personalities, certain things come to life and take on a new shape.
Just
Adding
like
on
the
different-
Jaam.
Adding on a different variety of different ethnic background people. And when you look at it, I think that gives a broader message in the sense of who built this country. Minorities, who added that personality, who added
That
all
culture.
these things.
Yeah.
And at the same time, this gene war is attacking those same minorities who built this country.
Yeah.
And that's why this Gap ad is so important because
Y'all are making a whole-
it's highlighting those people.
Your
bro.
sales pitch is that your genes are Sydney Sweeney's genes are the best genes. And then y'all niggas got everyone else in that ad who looks like them to go do everything for y'all.
Exactly.
It's always been this delusional conversation that we're having where it's like, hey guys, we live in a real world, we live in a society. That means that you have to have time and space for other people and other perspectives. And then these niggas who are petulant children in the corner, no! White people! Like, something fuck up.
What are we talking about?
Bro,
and then
grow a
I
pair.
think what ended it perfectly, how it all becomes cohesive was the slogan Gap even decided to use is this is denim as you define it, your individuality, your self-expression, your style powerful on your style is powerful on your own, but even better together, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
And we saw the unity, and this is just the perfect fight back for the attack on this gene war, bro.
You know what it is, too,
Written.
and I want to that last part about like the fight for unity, right? White people exclude themselves from those conversations, and then will get mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're saying unify, as in like everybody together. White people will be like, no, like what? No, white people, we need to be, because it's that white supremacy. It's that privilege that makes you feel as though you need to be higher than everybody, and that's the only way you can have some form of not example of representation.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we started from a place like even with like comic books and everything. You know, the representation is always gonna be like predominantly white, but that's never been what this country is. So like when you're saying y'all getting mad because a white woman was in the show, no, you niggas are mad that like white women have to assimilate into culture that you niggas brought other people to be a part of.
Like, why do you think the
And now you're
what he
crashing
just
at me for it.
What he just
Right.
said was perfect because any like sort of reminder hint to give these white people about this racial superiority that they think they have. That's why the stocks rose for the American Eagle at
Yes.
20%.
It makes
just
them-
for that reminder. It makes y'all
them-
It's like, oh, I want to invest
Which
in this.
you
I want to
get-
invest my money in.
They understand
In white supremacy.
Yeah, they understand representation when it's only them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Only them.
literally.
That's what I mean. As in, like, they delude themselves into thinking that like minorities in this country, especially even with the white genocide shit, they delude themselves into thinking that minorities in this country have been like, no, we hate white people. We don't want any white people. We don't want y'all to be represented. No, we're saying no. We want to be represented too. That's it. The same
Yeah.
thing with Black Lives Matter.
Literally.
White lives. It's not to say white lives don't matter. Black lives matter as well too. Together.
That's all we're trying
Unity.
to
That's
say.
the fucking point.
All
of
lives
and then
should
they
matter.
made-
But a lot of these racist white people have made a
Do you
concerted effort.
understand,
Fucking hell.
Do you understand how political everything is, even when it comes to like fashion with this ad? I think it was perfect
Yes.
to add the whole Y2K aesthetic, the low-waisted jeans, because who made the whole Y2K thing big in 2000?
Yeah.
We had Beyonce.
Yeah.
Destiny Child. We had
And they were
all
sitting
type-
on Beyonce with the Levi ad the other day.
Exactly.
Yup.
Oh, she don't got blonde hair.
Yeah.
Just yapping.
Just yapping.
Mary
I thought
Lee-
blonde
they
hair
said
was
something
the best
about-
one.
They said some shit
I thought
about
blonde hair blue eyes was the best one.
Oh, shit. Boom.
No, actually.
The Sydney Sweeney, I don't even care about your fucking name. your ad was so big they used Beyonce's ads to just like compare it. And like how you say, like people are just in an outrage. And it's like, y'all are doing this over jeans, but making things seem like it's not as political.
That's where it is.
I was gonna say,
Gaslighting.
to move into like our doom, not only is it gaslighting, it is, like I said, the ramblings of petulant children who are clinging to like whatever deluded reality they're in and they don't want to get with the times, right? And I think the thing about diversity and the thing about like the Gap ad is that it kind of shows what we're fighting for. And that's exactly why if you happen to be living in Chicago, you need to listen to everything I'm going to say for the rest of this segment. And also, we need to get serious about fighting this war that we're in. So,
strap in. It's about to get ready.
Lock.
welcome into the doom of the day. I titled it this week, The Messaging Battle for Chicago, because there's been threats of National Guard being deployed here, and we're going to get into all of that. But we are at, more than anything, a messaging war right now.
Yeah.
This administration has stirred up all types of bullshit, shit that doesn't matter, shit that has no factual basis or whatever, in order to justify sending the military wherever he wants to send them. The reason why I bring this up in conjunction with the ad is because this battle is not something that we chose. This battle is something that is being forced upon us by people who are just terrified of the concept of having other perspectives be represented equitably.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
This is a backlash to the civil rights movement. This is a backlash to every single ounce of progress niggas have made. We see that he keeps going after top black officials even too.
Yep.
He just
Smithsonian.
announced that he was going to fire the governor of the Fed, like the Federal Reserve.
Was that the Lisa Cook?
Yeah.
Lisa Cook?
Yeah, which
Yep.
mind you, he doesn't have the legal authority to do that. This has never been a president has never announced, I'm going to fire the governor of the Fed before. Never. Why? And she's the first black woman who's held that position.
Always a black person at the.
Always. The governor of the Fed.
They keep taking this fight to us. So now it's up to us to either ignore it or acknowledge the fact that we have to live in a reality post this. So let's shape that reality.
Yeah.
The only way you can shape a reality in a way that makes sense is if you have a good understanding of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's start at level 1, because this led to so many different rabbit holes that, like, and I'm going to try to move through it, but this led to so many different rabbit holes that just shows you the levels of delusion we're on. Let's start with the White House. Let's go to image 1 that I had. So the White House did a statement on Chicago, right? And we can go in the elements, image 1. They post on their website an article where they say, yeah, Chicago does have a crime problem. Just ask its residents, right? The entire thing should be has been justified through this lens of, like, crime is out of control. I go online because I was starting to do the research process because I basically wanted to be like, all right, let me entertain the bullshit for 1 second and try to see some understanding in what we're talking about with these crime numbers and why the National Guard needs to come to Chicago. So I click on this article. Whoever did messaging for this administration needs to be, like, jettisoned into a sun. Because if a nigga who's 20 years old can sit here and 21 years old can sit here and go through the shit I'm about to go through with y'all, oh my goodness. Before we begin, there's analysis that I found from Axios just to get us, like, a ground level where these statistics are. This is United States cities with the highest homicide rates in 2024, right? And the reason why I mention this is because we're under this impression that homicide and all these violent crime statistics are so out of control. We got to send the National Guard to these cities to do X, Y, Z. If you look through, usually what happens in this country is when you get enough people in a room, they're going to vote for the Democrats, especially when they're going to be in a city. But crime is not something that just a city handles. That's mainly a state level thing, like, especially murders. That's a state level.
Right.
So if you look at all these blue dots in these red states, which are cities with the highest murder counts, the vast majority, like I kind of already said, the vast majority of these dots with the highest homicide rates are in red states. Yeah. You see, Chicago isn't even listed on there. That dot up there is actually,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Sorry. Yeah.
But you see California has one, which probably, like, I believe that's like the Bay or something. And then you have, like, New Mexico or whatever, but through Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia, the vast majority of, Missouri, the vast majority of these states that have high crime cities are run by Republicans or either have split legislatures. So the Democrats are not the ones arbitrating the crime happening here. That's just the ground.
Yeah, that's level 1.
Now let's go back a screenshot. That's just level 1 because we have to start somewhere when it comes to understanding. So I look at this source that the White House puts out that's justifying why we got to send the National Guard to Chicago and not any of these other cities in these red states with red governors, mind you. So he starts by talking about how, like, the Democrat politicians seem far more upset about the offer of assistance rather than the crime epidemic in their own backyard. So we've already just mentioned that the crime epidemic is in the Republicans' backyard.
Yeah. So we've already started on one level of
the crime epidemic is in the Republican backyards. The Democrats are worried about XYZ because Chicago, mind you, we're going to keep going on how many of the top 10 highest crime rate and murder rate cities are ran by Republican governors. But they then continue. Here are the facts on Chicago's crime problem. For 13 consecutive years, Chicago's had the most murders of any U.S. city. So I'm like, where are they getting this?
Yeah, where are they getting this information?
They say for 7 consecutive years, Chicago's had the highest murder rate among cities with more than 1 million people. I'm like, oh my God, crime is out of control.
It's so wild. We can't go outside.
It's so fucking out of control, guys. So out of control that, and we'll get into the rabbit hole I opened up through this, that the first bullet point is correct. I believe it was 573 murders, right? Which is the lowest point in Chicago since 2019.
Oh my God.
Just
bullshitting. Just bullshitting.
So,
crimes on the decline.
Oh God.
It's like
It might be.
it's been on the decline, guys.
Then he says for 7 consecutive years, it had the number one. Chicago had the number one murder rate for a million people. If we can scroll a couple screenshots to the right.
Uno, dos.
This is the study that they cited. It's from the Center for Public Safety Initiatives. This is a working paper, which means that it hasn't been subject to full peer review, but like it still has some value. But I'm like, okay, cool. They went and found him a little working paper. If we go to
that's convenient.
If we go to the next screenshot, is the data set that they're pulling from.
Ooh, spooky table.
Spooky table. Chicago's had the number one murder rate among cities with over 1 million people for the last 7 years. How many cities are measured in this statistic? Let's take a zoom in.
Don't piss me off.
Wait,
Don't piss me off.
nigga.
Oh, is that the bar graph?
It's 4.
Oh, don't piss me the fuck off.
Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, and New York City.
When you set the arbitrary bar,
we're not gonna put a St. Louis
over
on
a
it,
million because it doesn't have over 1 million people in it. My God, Chicago's so out of control. We need the military because it's ranked 1 out of 4.
And we need the military.
Let's go to the next
above a million.
Of the million for the last 7 years. No. Now let's take a look at this chart, right? This data set is showing this is where they got the 573 murders, the most out of the country. It says Chicago, Illinois. If you zoom in really quickly, the one that's highlighted, that's Rochester, New York at 12. Chicago is at 8. You want to know what's above Chicago? Richmond, Virginia, Republican. Indianapolis, Indiana, Republican. Atlanta, Georgia, Republican. DC, that's Democrat. Detroit, Michigan, that's a split, but I'm pretty sure Democratic. Louisiana, New Orleans, yep, Republican. And St. Louis, Missouri, Republican. Which means that of these 10 that is sorted by the Trump administration, like 7 of them are controlled by Republicans. 6 or 7 of them controlled by Republicans.
So
National Guard to Chicago.
So why? I was going to say. So why does this matter? This matters because if there is a legit concern about the crime rate, you'd be thinking that instead of sending them to the 8th. The one 8th? On this list, you'd send it to the 1 to 2,
you'd send it to 4, 5. Right?
But also, let's really talk about it. If y'all really cared, y'all wouldn't send the National Guard anywhere. You know what the fuck you
We're not gonna do that yet.
You know
oh my God.
We gonna get into it.
That's so crazy.
Get into it, Jay William.
That's so crazy.
Jay William J, get into it, nigga.
Get into it, bruh.
So
nuts.
Okay, we're here, right? This is from the President of the United States.
This is their source that the White House cited.
Being fucked over live on air by the Jaam right now. So,
the Jaam, nigga.
So, another bit of context that was left out of these numbers is, oh my God, all the other, because if you're in a city, right? We live in a city with big people, with a big amount of people, right? Usually it's not you walk outside and then you're fined, or you walk outside and you get murdered. Usually there's some in between there, like violent crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or other criminal statistical
Carjacking.
categories.
I think
Murder.
I'm gonna be so real. If that wasn't you who scared me last night, I would have believed that statistic. I was like, the National Guard needs to come here.
Just for you. That's how they feel after Big Balls got his shit kicked in. So
Dead ass.
So the other thing is, we've just kind of conveniently failed to mention the other crime categories. This entire time we've been looking at murders and homicide.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, 'cause
there's
that's the
more
only
to,
two crimes
There's
in the
more
world,
to.
bro.
If you want to talk about, and I was gonna say, I forgot to make this qualifier at the very beginning, but I'm not gonna say it again because you should understand this for having this conversation. This does not mean that no one suffers from crime. And if you think that I mean that, you're not listening to me.
Yeah,
so I'm not
you
gonna say
switched
that.
off.
right
You're
now.
not.
you already switched.
We're not having that conversation. Yes, there's still crime that happens and it's on the decline.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at the next screenshot, which is a source that I found in NBC5, which is pretty much where everyone has been getting these crime numbers from, where it's like, oh, okay, what's actually happening on the ground? If we scroll one more, the chart in this source gives you the crime numbers compared with 2024. This is based on data from the Chicago Police Department. Murder is down 31% from 2025, 2024,
Which is
25.
nuts.
Yeah.
Criminal sexual assault down 3, robbery down 33%, aggravated battery 13, burglary 21, felony theft 16, misdemeanor thefts up by 2 points, National Guard. And motor vehicle theft is
Misdemeanor theft. That's a bag of chips or something. Right?
You fucking littering and
motor
shit.
vehicle theft is down by 26%, which means on the aggregate, 13% reduction in all of those crime categories from last year to this year. National Guard,
National Guard.
National
who
Guard.
don't solve crime.
They
Who
just
don't
stand
solve
around.
crime.
They
They don't
stand
even arrest
around
people.
like
They
toy
have
soldiers.
them. They have them in DC picking up
Picking up
trash.
garbage.
Yeah.
They-
Didn't
they're-
the vets run them out of someplace?
Yeah, they did. They ran them out of the Union Station.
Yeah.
that was
When-
Jolly Good Ginger
Yep.
now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, didn't they?
Yeah.
I seen so many like vets who are in DC who got like all the medals, like holding up the fuck Trump sign.
Yeah, they doing their
Yeah,
shit. Shout out
they
them
got
for
it.
real.
Shout
Shout out them.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Because they understand that this shit is getting wicked. And we're kind of just like pissing on the Constitution because we're talking about deploying military for what we just went over the statistical profile of Chicago.
Yeah.
But I wasn't done at that point. Because then it started going off the rails and I started finding some wicked shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how in the fuck did the president of the United States and their administration okay some bullshit that was so thinly disguised as bullshit that a 21-year-old at 2 a.m. could see that it was easily disguised bullshit?
Yeah.
And then I started getting more and more evidence on how this is thinly disguised bullshit. So I'm sitting there trying to gather all this data. And I remember the first source that I clicked on was the source that they cite, that the White House cites when they say Chicago has a crime problem. And when you click on it, it says, oh, Chicago has had the most murders for 13 years. So I click on this source and it brings me to a source. It says Illinois. I don't know. It says the centersquare.com. I didn't take a screenshot of the page, whatever, but it's from the Center Square.
Okay.
And I'm reading the article. And it points to someone named Wire Point's president Ted Dabrowski, because they ask him about the murders, and he's like, "It's a sickness that we
Who's
got."
Ted?
He's like, it's a sickness, and we've allowed it to fester for too long. And Brandon Johnson and the administration are incompetent, and this is why
Just
you know
peddling the same
all
shit
that,
that
right?
Trump is saying.
Right?
Like, this
Yeah.
just
So,
didn't exist.
so I'm looking at it, and he's talking about like the crime rates compared to New York City, where he's kind of like misrepresenting certain numbers, and then he goes on to say. They ask him about the Mayor Brandon Johnson and the crime statistics or whatever, and he says, it's true that crime is down somewhat, but it's down dramatically across the country. It's barely down here. You've got places like Jacksonville where murders are down 50%. You got places like Baltimore and Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., where it's down 30 to 35%. Oh, God, the President of the United States just cited someone in his justification for deploying the National Guard to Chicago that just said that crime is down 30% in Washington, D.C., where he just placed the National Guard because crime is up. God damn, we're
said
not
50%
even
is all.
we're not even trying.
I was
And
gonna say
niggas
we're not
not
even
even
in
catching
it
it.
enough to catch yourself in a dumbass.
You're
statement.
sourcing one nigga from Chicago who's saying this, and he just disagreed with you
Lord,
and your
bro.
ability to put the National Guard in DC.
Nut.
And also, this source also goes on to say, he says our murders are only down 8%. We're not part of the national wave, even though in all, 19 of the top 20 cities for total homicides in 2024 saw fewer murders than the year before. So the big grievance, this dude Ted Dabrowski is saying that we're going to hell and we damn near need the National Guard because our murders are down 8% and not 30. Guys,
What is this?
What fucking conversation are we
I was
having
gonna say, because
right
the
now?
conversation, what the conversation actually is, why do they, James Williams,
I'm reading
please
this
help
nigga-
me understand, why do these niggas care about crime this much?
Oh.
Even though our president's a felon.
I'm reading.
Why do they care about crime
I'm reading
so much?
this nigga Ted talking about we're down 8%, and then in the next paragraph he says it's kind of sickening that we don't think that we need to have rule of law. At what point is this not rule of law? Our crime is going down.
So what's the
this
point?
does
of
not
putting
mean
them here?
again that there's no victims of crime. There will always be victims of crime in a society.
In a society of people. The fuck are you talking about?
Especially in a
Whoop-de
city
fucking
over
do.
Bro, we don't have
1 million
rule of law?
people.
So what do we actually mean by, like, why
What
is
do you
crime
mean by
what do
rule
you
of
mean
law?
by it? You know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
You want to over-police
No,
these
but you
communities.
want to know what he means? Ted Dabrowski running Wire Points. Wire Points is like it's like a media network, and they have a AM radio show that they do here in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And when I clicked on the source and I was like, who's this Ted Dabrowski fellow? I started scrolling to try to find it. And I start watching this episode where they're talking about why we need like a Doge in Illinois and why Trump might need to bring in the National Guard. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I start watching, and I watch their entire 16-minute episode. And it says, and they start talking about gender ideology being in school.
So we realize.
So you dick eating.
I took a picture because I am in disbelief. We remember when we were talking earlier about like, you know, having letting young men be able to like explore themselves, you know, not be held back by certain bullshit. You want to know what the big controversial thing that was said in this gender ideology book that I'm hearing? They said, someone on the show goes, my local school, they're reading about gender ideology and shit. I'm like, okay, I already know where we're at. It was so controversial, my mouth hit the floor. You want to know what these passages say in these books that I took a screenshot?
Yeah.
You might feel like a boy, you might feel like a girl, you might feel like both a boy and a girl, or like neither. You might feel like your gender changes from day to day or from year to year. You might feel like that none of these words describe you perfectly. You might not be sure yet. Maybe you're still figuring it out. Your feelings about your gender are real. Listen to your heart. No matter what your gender identity is, you're okay exactly the way you are, and you're loved. It's good to be yourself. It feels good to be yourself, doesn't it? That's how the children's book ends. And we're crashing about, these grown-ass white people are crashing about this.
Crashing about be yourself.
You're expecting me to believe that you have the mental faculties to have an in-depth discussion on what the socioeconomic realities of crime on the ground in southern and inner city Chicago is, and you're crashing about a children's novel saying it's okay to be your gender.
Say what it is.
To be yourself.
Say what it is.
This is the people leading the Chicago resistance to crack down on our crime problem?
Facades. That's all it is. It's facade.
This is a facade from people who have nothing better to do with their time and who are mad, miserable, and angry that they live in a state where racist people can't fucking win.
Yeah.
And then on top of it,
and they haven't been able to win historically.
Yep.
Yo,
For like
This
40
is the
years.
this is the first time that like there's an overt like threat to the freedoms that we have in Chicago, and they're trying to use that as an opportunity to hit on all of these other bullshit ass facades. That's what it is.
I want niggas not only as Americans, but a lot of people in the military to realize that, hey, the values, the pride that you take in America and the values that they have, the government is making a mockery out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're making a mockery out of the people.
They don't-
We're-
they
and-
don't-
and no,
They are
and they-
having you pick up trash in the streets for something they don't need you in at all.
And you want to know what's so crazy? They don't need them there at all because the astroturfing goes even deeper.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I guess the Trump administration just connected with some random Republican somewhere to tout their messaging. It gets worse.
it gets
Let's
worse.
watch the actual video of Trump threatening to like bring National Guard to Chicago because he said something and it tripped me the flying fuck out.
We haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to.
Willing to bring it.
And
That's a
after
violation
we
of
do
the
this,
Constitution.
we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough.
Just
And the
waffling,
people
by
in
the way.
Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, "Please, President Trump, come to Chicago, please." I did great with the black vote, as you know. and
I did great
they
with
want
the-
something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with. And I think really
We can turn
I
this
think
bullshit off. I don't know everything else he says
Before
after this
JJ.
point. Hey, guys, no.
Before hold on. Before we start, none of our queens are
Black women.
asking your
Don't even say it.
No.
Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Black women, use this video to tell Donald Trump directly exactly how much you support the National Guard coming to Chicago. Tell them all about how you've been scream something at Donald Trump.
The niggas
Right now in the comment section of this video, actually.
Yeah.
You're gonna make this safe. Y'all sent niggas in LA and a peacekeeper killed a nigga on accident. Bingo. Like I can't. No, these niggas are
we're like-
We really gotta put it on
I
paper
start-
because
can't.
these niggas sent the National Guard into DC first for homelessness, and then changed it to no, we gotta clean up the streets. He sent the fucking picture of an underpass that looks like outside right now.
in peacetime America.
They made
What the
y'all
fuck?
modern day maids in the street.
I'm like, I hear that. I'm like, I must be
that-
goddamn losing it.
Yeah,
What black women are
sweet.
talking about XYZ?
Yeah.
Oh damn, Snoop Dogg wouldn't like that one.
Chicago flips red. Black organization senses opportunity with Trump presidency. And I'm like, these are the black women you're talking about that are wearing red hats that are screaming for Trump to come? I'm trying to understand, right? Like, I'm trying to sympathize. I'm reading these people's background and talking about why we need to ally with the Trump administration, why we need to bring black people to the Republican Party. They're talking about one day a Venezuelan man committed a crime and pushed an 80-year-old woman, and then the community was mad about it. Migrant committed a crime. We need the National Guard. I'm seeing someone talk about how, I lost my property got stolen after my probate process, after my mother's death. So we need the National Guard. I'm seeing the founder of it, which Jessica Jackson. I don't want to shit on individual black people, but what the fuck we not clearing this shit?
Fuck that.
We're not clearing this.
Not at this time, bro. It maybe a year ago that makes sense.
Yeah.
These niggas are walking into fucking all types of places, schools, detention to everything, fucking people's lives.
One
up.
of the
They just got
founders-
Kilmar ass again.
They're getting Kilmar again.
Like,
They won't
no,
let him go through.
fuck that.
And I'm looking at what Shorty's saying, and the founder of it, she's talking about how Trump's presidency will bring opportunities for change, and how she's confident that Trump can be a leader for the country who understands the injustices of the courts because he's going through it too.
You're
Which
dick
dog?
sucking. What about the nigga that's what did you just say? What did you just say? Say it again. Say it again.
What'd
she say?
She's saying that Trump is a leader because he's going through the
Backtrack. The one right before that.
Oh, that like it being opportunities for change.
Opportunities for change. You know what opportunity to change that if she gave a fuck about, she'd know about? All of the shit Brandon Johnson and all of them are doing for children with all of the after school programs.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
Fuck that whole.
literally,
No, you're sucking this white man's dick because you want cool points. You want to be put in a position to where you're not subjected to any of these things because you're on the right side. Go fuck
Ladies
yourself.
and gentlemen,
Matt.
dick eating 101.
Fuck that.
Me and Matt were outside the other day and we saw these people. I believe they were jumping rope on a street.
Yeah.
And they were getting other people to like jump rope and everything. And I remember seeing them and not knowing who they were. I just remember they were black people and they had the red shirts. And then I deeped what this is when I found out that the president's saying black women want him to come here. This article about this organization that came out of nowhere was posted on January 21st, 2025. What happened on January 20th, 2025?
Stop it.
Donald
Stop
Trump was
it.
in.
He was inaugurated. Stop it.
They trying to dick
So
eat,
one
bro.
day after.
serious?
Is it fucking serious?
That
So
is
one
crazy.
day after.
This shit be
So
so
one
fucking
day after
like
he's
stop
shit
it.
One day after he's
ignorant, bro.
inaugurated, I'm seeing a article about black people who want him to come to Chicago or who want partnership with the Republican Party, and these black people are standing on, respectfully, the whitest fucking street corner in the city of Chicago, where wealthy
you can just
people
tell by the
and
bricks.
business owners live, in front of the Trump Tower,
And then
talking about how there's a segment of the black community who really wants Trump to get here. What segment are you connected with?
Bro,
Because the niggas I grew up with in this city, stop it.
You're just you are so ignorant to the point you don't even realize you're making things worse.
It's astroturfed.
You're dumb.
It's astroturfed.
And your women.
It's astroturfed.
He doesn't.
What do you mean opportunities for Trump change?
This
By the way,
bro.
Fuck DEI. By the way, fuck the black women who work in any position in this government.
By the way,
fuck women in general. I also have been found liable of sexual assault.
What?
Yo,
that was back in January.
And that's why I say I understand you don't want to like personal.
Had, 7-8 months to know all of this facts about Trump. But
and that's why I understand like you don't want to personally like insult these people, but also go fuck yourself.
Realistically, go fuck. No, that is dangerous. It is antithetical to the progress of black people, and it is dangerous to black Chicago.
Yes.
And to finish off with two things here, let's drop this conversation entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Is every city in this country just required to have people band together and read out in-depth crime statistics to justify why we don't need the military to solve crime? That's not their fucking job. It is not our job to sit here and unironically make the case.
Yeah.
Why this fascist ass nigga shouldn't be doing the fascist ass things that he's doing.
It's illegal. Like
it's literally illegal. You don't need statistics for that, bro.
It goes back to what we talked about last week with the whole the sit-in thing and all of those things. We are conforming to gray areas.
You're telling us
that they are not.
You're telling us that cops are the answer to whatever problem you see in Chicago, and you're not even sending cops.
It's unconstitutional. Like, what are we talking about? You have the National Guard coming here, right?
To stand and look pretty, and then leave.
And here's the
we did it,
and I'm gonna keep it mean. If you think Chicago are going to be like,
that's the problem, because now that's where the gaslighting is going to come. Because now once you see the response of people in Chicago, now it's I told y'all we needed them there. They ignorant, they all this and that, and it ruins the narrative even more.
That's so funny because it's because 99% of people, including everyone involved in this "let's get Trump to Chicago" shit, don't know what they're talking about when it comes to crime and don't care what they're talking about when it comes to crime.
Nope.
You know how I know that? Because I heard what Brandon Johnson and a lot of the government officials were saying about youth programs and lowering crime and everything. And I'm like, okay, it sounds good. But then I went and found the numbers myself because I'm not a fucking dumbass.
Literally.
And this is what I'll wrap up on. There was a paper that I ended up going to find. I believe there is a screenshot of the front page. It's from the National Bureau of Economic Research. This was also a working paper, but full transparency, I can't find whether or not it left that stage. All I know is that through Google Scholar, when I did find it, it was cited but like over 600 plus times. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty well established.
And I'm pretty sure the statistics you're talking about, they used them within the press conference.
No, this is different.
Oh, it's different.
I found some other shit.
Okay.
This was out of Cambridge, Massachusetts, May 2015. This is keep going to the last screenshot. I believe, is it in there? If it's not in there, then it's not in there. Okay. But I'll put in a screenshot post. It's just the cover of it. This was, it's titled "Thinking Fast and Slow: Some Field Experiments to Reduce Crime and Dropout in Chicago." This is, and if I just read the abstract real quick, this is pretty much everything that you need to know from here. We present the results of 3 large-scale randomized control trials carried out in Chicago, testing interventions to reduce crime and dropout by changing the decision-making of economically disadvantaged youth. Remember, we were talking about not handling every situation immediately on go. Let me lash out. That takes direct community investment and direct intervention to stop a child from going down that path.
Social workers, all those things are very important.
And so they measured it. They studied the program called Becoming a Man, developed by the nonprofit Youth Guidance, and in 2 random trials implemented in 2009 and 2010 and 2013 to 2015. In the 2 studies, participation in the program reduced total arrests during the intervention period by 28 to 35%.
Wow.
Reduced violent crime arrests by 45 to 50%. Improved school engagement in the first study, where we're able to follow with follow-up data, increased graduation rates by 12 to 19%. And the 3rd trial that they ran was in the Juvenile Temporary Detention Center in Cook County. which reduced readmissions into the facility by 21%.
Wow.
And these large behavioral responses combined with modest program costs simply imply a cost-benefit ratio of 5-to-1 to 30-to-1, meaning each time you put a kid in this like a program, you're going to see economic returns on the back end, because instead of getting back in prison or going to jail in general, they're going to be able to get a job, they're going to be able to go to after school program, XYZ.
And not a single National Guard nigga in sight.
Not a single one.
All that takes is, hey, I'm president of the United States. There is a crime problem in Chicago that still has been ignored and weaponized through the media forever. Let's work directly with organizations on the ground on the south side of Chicago to actually figure out how we can drop these crime. Oh, what, you have studies that say we can invest in after school programs or intervention programs at a young age? Let's give you hella federal funding to get that done.
That's all.
National fucking Guard.
National Guard.
National Guard.
For a nigga go stand there with an AR and pick up a fucking half-eaten apple.
And scare the shit out of children.
And scare the shit out of children.
For what?
For what? What are we accomplishing?
Keep it a bean. You gon' get that Polish to your head, my nigga.
And I'm gonna keep it a bean. We not playing with that shit
Fuck
here.
no.
None
if
of them
you
are
think
going for that.
niggas, Chicago, this is the same shit that ran the KKK out.
Yep.
If you think these niggas finna come in this bitch we finna just walk around these, you're bull.
You're
I'm
lost
going.
it,
you lost it.
I'm going to leave this source.
Hebrew
I'm gonna probably leave every. I'm gonna probably leave. He's at the.
Go and get the Hebrew Israelites on your ass.
Hey, no, exactly. They finna be on 12. Nigga. So I think I'm gonna leave all the sources that I use probably in the description of this video. This working paper as well has it has contributions from University of Pennsylvania, University of Chicago, Northwestern University, and NBER, University of Chicago, Harvard University, all type of shit. It was a team of researchers that worked on this from a decade ago. We've known. And for decades going back, if you see that youth intervention, after school programs, investing in children to make sure that they're not repeating cycles of violence that they're placed into when they're born, will do infinitely more for crime than even a police officer, let alone a nigga who's not a police officer.
Yeah.
And that's
Not
what
even
we're
trained,
talking about.
yeah.
Even if I accepted the premise of Ted Ass, of Chicago Flips Red, of all these batshit crazy Chicago Republicans, the National Guard is not on the list of answers to this problem.
Nope.
Half them niggas are only in the National Guard for a fucking car, nigga.
Yep.
Or to pay off their student loans, or to get a crib, or what are we talking about?
These
niggas have no idea why
and
they're
still have
even
no
here.
idea. Yeah,
no idea. They don't want.
They still
most of them niggas don't want to be.
They still have to be
And I heard
alert.
that
They still
they-
have to go through all their shit and everything, and they're over here being having
and
time wasted.
And I've heard that they don't like physically have to be there if they don't want to.
I don't know.
So,
I've heard certain shit like
yeah.
that too. I don't know the logistics of it, but I will say if you are in the National Guard or you are in the like veterans,
I think right now it's the purview of veterans mainly because current like active.
it's harder
Trump
for you.
Trump is the commander in chief of the military.
Yeah.
So whatever his word is, even though it's unconstitutional, you face consequences if you don't listen to him.
Yeah.
But that's why we need to have a serious and candid discussion from people both in the military and people who are veterans as to what the actual rule of law is in this country and why these actions are actually like antithetical to what you're supposed to be defending.
We
What's annoying is
need
you're
to
supposed
get a
to be-
veteran on here to talk about that.
But what's
shit.
annoying is you're supposed to be defending civilians. That's
Right.
the fucking.
Yeah.
That's
You're
your
defending
point.
the U.S.
The U.S.
and the Constitution.
So walking into, regardless of who commander in chief is, walking into a civilian city
during peacetime.
For bullshit.
peacetime for no
Where
reason.
everything is down.
Every single red flag and every single level of the military, National Guard, everything should be flagging right now.
Yeah.
Because what do we do?
I'm about to say,
And especially,
and
like-
go ahead.
Especially like being from Chicago, like I need like people to understand, like being here and living out here. We go out every day. Does it look like when we go outside when you see National Guard?
I'ma
No,
keep it a-
what I'm gonna keep it a bean. What they're about to do is they're gonna have a bunch of agents, National Guard, FBI, ATF, all these people with badges walking around harassing people.
That's what's
and
going
that's
down.
when the
And
implications
getting
start.
harassed. Let's
and
be
getting
real.
harassed.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You're going to inflame tensions when you come here, and I'm gonna throw this in there as well at the end when it comes to data wise as well. Someone named Jeff Lyddix, he's on Substack. He compiled a list of all the crime like data from all different data sets from 2018 to 2024. FBI, CDC data, local police data, all types of shit, all of them showing crime being down all the way across the board in 2024, all that
Wow.
shit. Yeah. And this is, and even they're even talking about like the data set not being as accurate for 2021 and 2022 because, and I actually know why, when I was in college at my liberal university who lies about everything, they taught me about NIBRS, which was their like data transferring system when it comes to like reporting crimes and arrest data. And I think they switched off of that to a different one in 2021 and 2022. So it's already optional for police departments to report. So in the middle of that, they were all trying to transfer to that new system, and that's why some of the data is yeah. So then it picks back up now, and even if the data set in 2022 shows that does not show National Guard as a fucking answer, it showed down by 5.1%.
Like you deploying the National Guard and all these agents to different cities. Not only are you putting civilians at risk, but you're putting the National Guard and everybody else
at risk because you don't
for bullshit.
Yeah, for no reason.
The moment the National Guard touches down in this city, it should be irredeemable for that man if you live here. Because we are actively doing something that is dangerous, reckless, will get them harassed, will get people here harassed, is not going to lower crime just because he wants to ego trip and be a dictator. Yeah. That's what it is.
Literally that, like, you're in the military.
So.
And you think they give a fuck about you? They're sending you to Chicago just for you to get a fucking hot dog thrown on your face.
You about to get a deep dish floating on your Humvee, nigga. Boom.
That Polish?
Like, shit, I don't know what to tell you.
You about to get some Garrett's caramel corn to your fucking noggin, nigga. And you're going to be looking shitty.
So, if you are going to be outside in this time, please don't
be safe.
If you're going to throw some Garrett's,
I'm not going to say, y'all do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Chill.
Just be safe while you
stay safe.
Be safe. Like, because, like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not on the whole.
Stay safe, and I'm not a lawyer, but know that Fifth Amendment.
Know your Fifth Amendment.
Know that you have the right to remain silent.
Yep. Wear that mask.
If they're not telling you that, reminder cops can and will lie to you.
Yeah.
So if they're not detaining you, you have the right to not talk until you get your lawyer.
Also,
and if you can waste their time, please waste their fucking time.
Media is very important. And not just
in
the way of not just in the way of just like willy-nilly. No. Like understanding the framing behind this is going to be very important.
That page that we just went through and debunked that the White House put out has the end of it where they just go through incident after incident of local Chicago person speaking out after victim of crime. Yes, we know crime exists.
Yes.
But the media has to be honest with what is dogmatic and what is actual representing on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone knows crimes happens in one of the biggest cities in the world. National Guard is
just
still
like
not how you saw
just like it happens in some of the
media.
Just like it happens in some of the smaller cities in the world.
That's just like it happens 8 out of 10 fucking ones being Republican. But okay.
The media
Let's go for
will
number
not,
8 then.
So
the media will not be very transparent.
Yeah,
They will
exactly.
run with their narrative. So that's why you said it's very important to record any interaction you have with these niggas, bro. Anyone.
Stay safe if you're going to protest, like face coverings.
Yes.
Make sure you carry enough like items, take care of your people.
Yeah, take care of your people, check on your people.
And shit. Yeah.
For sure.
Because there's a very real chance that he could be bluffing, and there's a very real chance that it could get serious. They said the Pentagon's been preparing for months for deployment here. So we are here.
We're here.
Ladies and gentlemen. All that rah-rah, all that talking, all that acting as though there's two credible sides to this shit when these niggas are lying.
Both sides are the same, Josh.
No, that's where we get. And now we got to stay safe. Y'all got to stay safe. Everyone across the country got to stay safe because this president is an active threat to the survival of this nation.
Yeah.
And with that being said,
Nigga said it, bro. Nigga said it on the first episode this was gonna happen.
Nigga said it 5 years ago. Nigga said it since Trump came out
5 years ago. Dear Donald Trump.
We're bullshitting.
We're bullshitting.
But yeah, that's why it's even more important to not allow them to pull this fucking wool over your eyes.
Yeah.
Stop acting as though we're
Stop acting like we don't
peacetime
get
in
this
Chicago.
shit.
Nigga, I walk around this city fucking bulling.
What the hell? Bulling. Stop.
In National Guard.
We're bullshitting.
So it's a wake-up call to everyone across the country to get serious about this shit. There is
Very
no ha-ha,
serious.
he-he. These people are irredeemable at this point.
That's why I'm not clearing nobody.
Not clearing it.
I'm not clearing nobody. Black woman or not, I'm not clearing you. I'm not.
Because you're misguided and you're going to hurt.
double agent.
Yeah, you're
that's
double
why no one can
agent.
clear you at all.
you.
No one's
nigga.
clearing that shit, bro.
My shorty.
But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Do we want to respond to a comment?
Nah, it's fine.
We done jam-packed.
We do gotta. We do wanna. talk about the things coming. The new things
yeah.
coming. Yeah, we got to announce things coming.
Do we have dates? We don't have dates yet.
Do we have dates?
No, we got.
First?
I know. I got
October
it.
1st? Okay.
Okay,
so,
let's not, because then it's not there.
No. Dates. So, you know what I mean? It's been a long
your
time
birthday?
coming. Huh?
On his birthday?
It
Wait,
is
September or October?
Wait, no, it's October.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
October 1st, my birthday.
So on his birthday,
We gonna give a gift.
We got a
to
special
y'all.
gift.
on his birthday, we got the Patreon dropping, right? Is the Patreon
set to launch.
Patreon.
Then, if anything changes, we'll let y'all know.
Yeah, if
But
anything
It's
changes,
gonna
we'll let
launch
y'all
on
know.
October 1st.
But the
It might
Patreon is
drop
long.
earlier. It might drop on the day. You never know.
You never know.
Student,
we've been getting asked about like other ways that y'all can support, because YouTube monetization has its own policies, and if y'all want us to keep being able to say a nigga 15 times per episode, Patreon.
Nigga on the Patreon.
We're still working on all the the levels, the things you get for it, the tiers and all that shit, but that is in the works. Should be coming October 1st, and then we got Soho on the horizon.
Soho on the
Soho on the drop, and we
Sooner
got a
than
date,
later.
bruh.
We got a
Have a
date.
date. We have a date.
Shit.
September 6th. We will be dropping
Yeah.
Stay
the
tuned.
Freedom shirt.
Freedom.
You know what I mean? Now
September
it's
6th.
Y'all don't
very
even know what this rollout about to look like.
It's
Oh my
it's
God.
very
Stay glued to your
limited.
phones.
It's very limited.
It's very limited. We're
So
not.
please, and I don't know. To be honest, and we know it was not even supposed to come back out. The
No,
Freedom
it
Tee,
wasn't. It was supposed to be
dropped.
on.
There was 10 Freedom Tees, a little bit of lore. There was 10 Freedom Tees that dropped initially, and it was not supposed to come back, but it's coming back. Nigga, Soho Studios.
Soho
nigga.
Studios is back. Link in the description will have the link for you to join the wait list. It'll also have you join the text SMS, so you'll get alerts when it's coming and everything.
Oh,
So
shit.
September
bro.
6th.
Soho's back.
Make sure you follow the Instagram sohostudios.co because we will be dropping the time during that week.
Yeah, times.
Follow that Instagram, because if you wanna see how it gets rolled out, you gonna want to see how it gets rolled.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy in the next few days
bro.
for sure.
Yes, sir. But thank you guys again. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us on all of our individual platforms. WMJ8. Go ahead.
Oh, what you on now? I can believe make that. What you on, Matt? What you on, Matt, on everything?
sohostudios.co.
AB the artist. Yes,
Of
sir.
course,
That's
Freddie.
right.
Follow the
As
jam.
Freddie.
As always, thank you guys for the love and support. We always joke that y'all don't be sharing, but evidently so. We just hit 37. We're pushing 40K now. We hit 50K
And
on
TikTok,
Instagram and on TikTok.
Yeah, we just had 38 today.
It's like
did
100.
we?
It's like
Yeah,
150K y'all cross platform.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
Just
Yeah.
nuts. I remember when it was like 4.
Also, wait, can we talk about how Cedric the Entertainer followed us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And the final shout out to Cedric the Entertainer.
shout out
Thank you
Cedric.
for
W
reposting.
Cedric.
He reposted
Yes,
a reel the other
appreciate
day.
it.
The love from the community in general has been weird. It's kind of
Insane.
feel like the jam coming. The way we say it.
The jam
Oh, yes,
pro
sir.
community. Yes, sir.
But yeah, again, I can never thank you guys enough for the love and support. Have an awesome day or night, wherever you may be. And see you guys.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not do
Need
shit?
to
Like, hear this shit.
I know you're not subscribed. Click it. Cool.